Darkness cracks across the sky like lightning, splitting the heavens in two. A once great battlefield lies in ruins, half choked in divine light and half sunken in shadows. Flags of 3 nations burn in silence. Bodies are frozen in a moment of death. Some grasping swords, other clutching symbols of their gods who did not save them. The storm has long since passed. Only its echoes remain. At the heart of the ruins, 3 figures stands, locked in a triangle of betrayal, righteousness, and unspoken grief. Their armor cracked, their weapons stained with blood that no longer steams, and their gods silent. One speaks, a voice like ash in the wind. We were meant to save this world. You betrayer. You live in a world of falsehoods on a throne of lies. You should have never trusted that accursed goddess. The other replies, a sword raised. No, we were meant to burn it. My accursed. My God is accursed. The world is accursed. Our God is made from the defilement of the stupid world, and if you haven't figured that out by now, you never will. The last, draped in crimson and gold, only laughs, a hollow sound that echoes like prophecies. As they clash one final time, the land splits beneath their feet. A scream tears through the veil between worlds, not of pain, but of breaking. And then silence falls. Ash falls like snow. Somewhere in the distance, a baby is born beneath a shattered star. Another soul awakens from death. Another crosses the boundaries between worlds. The world forgets the name of old heroes. It only remembers their actions. But given time, it even forgets actions. We cut to 100 years later, the land torn apart by a 3-way war drawn out for reasons the kingdom has long since forgot. A kingdom hit worse than most is the kingdom of Eldramore. As we start our adventure off in the Borderlands in a town closest to the main battlefield, that being the Low Valley. A town that is at the lowest elevation, and they are at like a constant threat of being attacked, meaning that they are constantly on edge. As we look up to the mountains that are surrounding the Low Valley, we see that the sun is kind of setting beneath the mountain as we see a silhouetted figure with wings drawn long out. As Dan, can I please have you describe your character?
Lucius Athera. Lucius Athera is an angel that is made out of a spiritual blue iridescent kind of lightning kind of glowing essence, right? And so he has this big black armor that conceals that essence, so it gives him a physical body so that he can interact and do everything that he needs to do. He's got parts of that armor that is open out so that you're able to see kind of that blue iridescent just kind of flowing out. Every now and then you see a little lightning kind of shoot out, right? He's got these 2 massive swords. One's is just a giant double-handed longsword, also with that blue kind of lightning, and he's throwing it around, lightning lightsaber. And then his other weapon is a giant hook in the shape of a blade. And I have these giant wings. I'm talking 6 foot. I can fly around. I also got my little buddy. I got my little buddy. He's a little mushroom guy. He walks around on 4 little legs, and he's got like a big mushroom head that's got these little like white little puffs of light that just, and every time he kind of like puddles around, he's got this like little or like pixie dust that like flies off of him. And it's like
100%. As we're seeing the sunset and this figure on top of the mountains, we start to see that his blue light kind of fades out a little bit as the sun almost starts to become like a bluish from the bottom side of the mountains. Um, as he's sitting there with this like intimidating presence that we see, um, Dan, you start to hear a voice inside of your head that says, "Hey, so I'm not gonna lie, man. We sent you out here, and I haven't really given you any mission in any way, but I know you wanted to prove yourself. I get that. What you kind of requested to go to the human world, but not on a mission. So what's kind of your plan, man? I was just wondering."
I'm just here to figure out where the wind's taking me, and whether that's a mission on with the humans and kind of going down there and figuring out, helping them out. But I'm balanced, man. I'm trying to be more balanced and
That makes sense.
go with the flow.
Well, you know I'm pretty chill. I'm willing to let you do whatever you need to. But I think going to the Low Valley first is probably the best idea. It's a town that you're pretty familiar with. You've been sent here multiple times because of the battlefields that have been happening here. As you start to have a inner monologue with your god, he starts talking out about how you have been to this town multiple times. But recently there's been kind of a presence there that has been a little bit unsettling. This is the first time that you've taken mortal form in the world that hasn't been directly to fight in a war. As you start kind of descending the mountain a little bit, talking to your god, he starts speaking up again in your head as he goes, "Hey, man, this town's been pretty on edge. Most of the time that I send you down here, we kind of change your form a little bit, but this time I sent you straight in this world, so you're going to be a little bit more you, which might be a little bit... Humans don't really see people with wings that often, so you might just want to be careful."
I really appreciate the advice, but I like being able to
You know,
use
being
myself.
you is definitely the right choice, man. You know, I think a lot of people aren't trying to be themselves, and I really respect that about you. I really respect that about you.
I do my best. Try to be myself, help where I am needed, and
Yeah.
just
Well, that
live
makes
my
sense.
life, man.
But as you guys kind of start to approach a little bit more, you've always known Raynar, your god, as a very, very chilled and laid-back person. As you're starting to approach the doors of the town of Low Valley, you see immediately outside, you see like a hut that is outside the borders of the town, which immediately kind of strikes you as off because this town has been stricken by war pretty often. It's right on the edge of the borderlands, meaning that it is the closest town in Eldramore to a war. Meaning that it's constantly on edge, so having anything outside of the border of the towns is kind of insane. But as you start to approach, a god that you've known to be very, very chill immediately changes up his tone in a voice that you've never heard him talk in before. He goes, "Hey, man. I just felt something coming from this town. Be on edge. Be very careful."
You mean that? It's different than this than the
Well,
last time?
most of the time, I've sent you out in wars to help one side or the other. As a god of neutrality, I have to make sure that the wars are not fully swayed in one side or the other. But every war that you've been in has been in a direct correlation to this presence that I felt. So you felt the lingering remarks of this person, but I've never felt such a powerful eminence of Arasil. As you immediately know, you hear the word Erasil, which is talking about another god. There's 3 main gods in this world: Soulless, Raynar, and Erasil. A god of truth, or a god of light, darkness, and neutrality. When he said the word Erasil, immediately that strikes you as one of the opposing forces that you've been trying to balance out. As he continues on to say, be very careful. Whatever is in this town is in direct correlation to that god. And if it's not in direct correlation, it's her.
Understood. I know what has to be
As you
done.
start walking up into the town, give me a perception check real quick. So it's going to be a d20, and then you add your perception to it, of course.
Uno momento.
First roll of the campaign, right here. It's a perception check. You're checking to
First
see
roll?
if you see
First
the
roll?
1,000 goblins that are outside of the town that are about to kill you.
Oh, my fault. I got it.
What did you get on your perception check? A 12?
12.
As you immediately... You have 0 perception?
Zero.
You
Yeah,
got a
0
min-max, man.
perception.
You got a min-max.
What the heck is my stuff? Plus 7
But
athletics.
as you start walking up, you notice that immediately there's no guards outside of the town. As you heard immediately that Raynar said that this town's on edge constantly. So having no guards outside of the town is very, very strange to you. I'll say it like that. As you kind of walk up a little bit further, do you just go straight into the town, or do you maybe stop and do something before you go in?
Are there any windows?
In the town?
Well, I was just kind of seeing, because I'm already kind of sense that there's something up, so trying to see if there's any vantage points that I could see or kind of peek out of.
Well, not really. You're at the lowest point of elevation right now. This is the low valley, so it's kind of a straight slope downwards right now, and you're at the low point. So currently there's walls all around the town, and you're about 50 feet back from the main entrance. Probably in front of you, 30 feet to the right, is that hut that I explained.
Okay. Then I'll go into the hut.
Okay. Are you just gonna knock or walk straight in?
I'll knock before I go into it.
Okay. 100%.
Make sure it's
Yep. Give it a little knock, and then give me a flat charisma check real quick.
Flat means 0?
What? No.
Yeah,
Flat is just you just add your charisma modifier.
19.
19. What you hear behind the door is, as you hear a gun cocking, and you hear from inside the door, you hear a woman's voice, and she goes, "Who are you?"
I'm a friend. I'm just coming, seeing if everything's okay. I saw this hut. It looked familiar, but I realized that I've never been here before. It looks new.
All right. I'm going to walk out, and if I see anything wrong, I'm shooting this gun immediately. So
Yes, ma'am.
take 4 steps back from the door.
Yes, ma'am.
4 steps back, okay. As she opens up the door, and you see an older woman with longer hair that is currently grayed out. As her face doesn't look old. She probably looks in her mid 35s to 40s. But from the stress of her job, she has definitely had a little bit of aging in the hair. As you see an elven woman step out, and she, whoa, what are with the wings?
You've never seen wings before?
No, I've never seen wings on a person. And what's with the blue light? You about to blow up or something like that?
I'm an angel. I've been sent from heaven.
Okay. Don't give me these bullcrap stories of I've been sent from heaven. What magic are you using right now?
No magic. No magic. I speak the truth. I'm sent from heaven and here to fulfill my promise. Become
What?
my highest self.
I already don't like this guy. All right, come inside. I need to check a few things before I'm willing to let you into this town.
I'm whatever you need. I'm here to help. I'm a friend.
Okay. As she kind of ushers you in, you immediately see that this very small workhouse has like benches, everything that you would ever see for a metal worker, for a alchemist, for a blacksmith, she has every single tool that you would see to make something is in here, magical or not. As you see that this is a workhouse for an artificer. As you kind of walk in, give me a flat perception check real quick. So that just means a perception check.
6.
6. So you kind of look out, and the first thing that you see that kind of strikes you as odd is you see what looks like to be a unfinished robot on a stand. As Caden, can you please describe your character?
On the stand is a humanoid-like figure made of mainly wood with like metal connectors at the joints and like maybe has hips and kneecaps and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my head is made of like mostly like maybe wood with like metal around like my jaw,
Mm-hmm.
and then coming up like maybe around here, something like that. And then most of this is wood, functioning eyeballs and mouth and nostrils, with just like a wooden head. And I don't believe any clothes are on. I think it's just my bare figure.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I think if you don't have certain things, it's not considered nude. You know, that makes sense.
Right.
It's like a Mickey Mouse situation, but like robots.
Well, I'm 5 years old.
Hey,
So
I'm not
so
gonna.
I don't have any parts. I'm just a robot.
Yeah. Makes sense. Um, as we're gonna go immediately into this. Dan, you see Kishlin speak up. She goes, "Sorry for the mess. I've been working on this project for a minute." As Caden, I do want to say you are still fully able to talk. Currently, you are just in a disassembled state to where your head, your body, everything like that is still connected to itself. It's just currently like where your core would have been is opened up. So you're still fully able to talk and everything like that.
Okay.
She goes, I have just been working on this project for a while. This is Prat. He is a helper that I have been working on for a while. I would say he's one of my closest companions. But I was looking out for something I wasn't honestly expecting. When I sensed a extreme magical source coming up, I wasn't expecting it to be you. But yeah,
What is with your wings, anyways?
as immediately, Dan, you see the robot speak up.
Did that thing just talk?
Okay, don't call him a thing, first of all. And yes, Prot can speak.
Prot.
Each
Nice
person
to
has
meet
their
you,
own
Prot.
understanding. Nice to meet you too.
Prot. I didn't know. I like reached down to give him a little handshake.
It's not functioning right now, but thank you for the gratitude.
Got it. Okay. So you need some fixing up, man. You need some parts.
No, I mean, I'm perfectly fine. I'm about to get a upgrade, I think. If everything goes well, and I fully believe that Master Kishlin will do her job, as usual.
She seems like a good lady.
She is.
Trust that she does a good job. I mean, I see your body. You're alive. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, have you been on the planet? Have you met any constructs? I don't know if I haven't really left the town that much. So.
I have before, but this time's different. I don't remember a whole lot, and yeah, I'm just scoping out the new area.
All right. Well,
but
I'm sure.
I mean, once you get your legs working, you'll be able to stroll around, leave town.
See, I don't know if I'll be leaving town. I have people here that need my protecting,
Prot,
It's part of my job. It's literally in my name.
That makes sense. I get it. Prot, the reason that I've been... I don't know if I fully told you this. The reason that I am giving you this magical component is so you can explore the world. I think I've held you here for too long. At a certain point, I get it. You want to stay around the low valley, and you're always welcome here. But there's other places that need protection as well.
A lot of places.
Who's gonna protect you guys?
I almost feel offended by that. Are you saying that I can't protect myself?
I mean, well, I'm sorry, but we have so many drunkards at the bar. I just don't trust those grumpy, dumb men to, take care of some soldiers about to rampage.
The men of the Adventuring Guild are not the most... No way to...
Well, they've always been in it for the coin.
Yeah, they have been always in the coin. We don't even have somebody above a C rank there currently. Well, actually, the person that we just let in, I think, he wanted to be in the Adventuring Guild, and I think he could be pretty strong. But I think... so, excuse me. I know I was very mean at the very beginning, but it seemed like you're a very honest... I can't really tell if you're young or old, Mr. Angel.
So your name is Angel?
My name is Lucius Athera.
Lucius Athera.
Lucius Athera.
Definitely
Lucius.
Sounds angel-y. So, you said you come from heaven. Is that a different realm? As Dan, I'm just going to cut you off right now. The realm that you fully come from...
Yeah, please tell me.
Of course. What this realm is fully called is called Haleth. That iridescent light. So the best way that I could describe it, Dan, me and you have both played Terraria before. You know the glowing mushroom biome?
That's kind of where I was going as well.
That right there. That's kind of what it looks like. And basically it's just an in-between realm that you would stay until the balance of the world shifts enough to where Raynar says, you need to go out here, you need to go out here, as you are an elite soldier of his army that is specifically designed to keep the balance of the world stored, swaying wars from one side to the other to help your fellow man out. As that has been your job for the past 100 years. All you have ever known has been war and fighting. But in more of an honorable way than just going in, killing, and stopping things. You're taking out ballistas, taking out massive military threats, more than just going in and killing and stabbing. As the dimension is called Haleth, as she asks you once again. So... I haven't really heard of any other dimensions. As you kind of... give me an insight check real quick.
21.
21. You kind of see that she's immediately skeptical. As you kind of know, humans don't know much about other realms. Or specifically mortals don't really know much about other realms. So when you kind of go around and you say, I'm from another realm... I'm from this god. As Raynar is a less-known god, even though he is part of the three holy pantheon, the holy three that are some of the most powerful gods, he is still a less known one, as he is a god of neutrality, meaning that he's just there to kind of sway the other two. As she kind of gives you kind of a side eye, she's like, so you're from another dimension. I could definitely feel something godly about you, but usually that just means that you worship either Solus or Erisil. I've never really heard somebody just...
Can I make a check?
Yeah, what check would you like to make?
Like I don't know, maybe anything about other dimensions.
Yeah, so
Or
what are
faith,
you fully trying to like, are you trying to go for like a history check to remember something? And
Yeah, I guess.
and what specifically?
Like, I'm trying to see if I
Uh-huh.
can remember something about traveling through dimensions and how it works.
Yeah, of course.
Or
I'll give you this with disadvantage just because it's not as much known about his specific realm. But
Right.
a DC 5 will give you like basic knowledge. A DC 10 will give you a little bit more knowledge about what specifically he is. And then 15 and above, I would say, gives you a much more thorough knowledge about how it works. Because it is something that you could have found out, but it's less known, if that makes sense.
what's the check?
History check with disadvantage.
History.
Just because it's a topic that you
Okay.
would probably know less about.
That's crazy.
What?
Double 16s.
Oh, what do you add?
16 and 16. So, nothing. 0.
Okay. A 16. As
So-
you get a 15, there are definitely minor books on this, but you've always kind of thought it as more legend than truth. Dan, I'll say before this, you did say the word Haleth, which was the thing that kind of sparked this. Caden, you would specifically know that what the legend is the warriors of Haleth come from a third god of the pantheon that is way less known. A god Raynar that has an elite foot soldiers that is basically his whole job is Erisil is all the way to the right, Solus is all the way to the left, good, bad, and he's just trying to make sure it stays in the middle of neutrality. What he does is when there is wars or there is a cult of one of the gods, and it starts to kind of sway either too far to the good or too far to the bad, he tries to keep it in the middle so one god doesn't grow more powerful than the other. And one way that he does that is by sending elite soldiers down to the world from his dimension, Haleth, to sway the outcomes of wars. Now, these people are more known of legend, so I would say that you are definitely surprised when you hear that word, seeing a actual soldier of Raynar.
Yeah, so it's like reading about, like, the Odyssey, and then, like, I see something from that
Exactly.
like, come to life.
Exactly. It's like
Okay.
it's like seeing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in front of you.
Okay. So, well, with that information, I call out and I'm like, hey, Master Kishlin. Well, he comes from Haleth and they try to remain, they try to keep the planet in a neutral state of being, keeping everyone in a either peaceful or a rageful state of mind to cause one side to either, bring it back to the neutral or one side to my bad.
I've heard legends about that before, but so you're saying you're one of Raynar's soldiers?
Yes. Yeah, we're all about bringing neutrality. As you heard.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's very little proof from that, but if you are saying the truth right now, are you here to cause chaos, or are you here to cause, are you here to cause
I'm
good or
trying
bad?
to make sure that there's no chaos happening and that there's not too much good, and that there's not too much bad. That they cancel out. I'm here to make sure that everything is leveled out. The pendulum has to be
Ambassador,
equal.
how long have we been at war?
It's been about 100 years.
100 years of peril.
Mhm.
And why'd they wait this long to finally send someone? Why not after 5 or 10?
I don't know. How many times have you been sent out?
The thing is that I don't fully remember. It's all a blur. Time is construct, and there is no time in my dimension. Time doesn't exist. It's relative. So I can't recall the amount of times that I've been here or how long. When the last one was.
It sounds like he's been sent out a couple times at least. What specifically did you get sent out for this time, if you don't mind me asking?
Can I choose not to tell her?
You can, but you'll have to tell her
Can I
that. You'll have to consciously choose not to tell her.
Like I said previously, I'm just here as a scout, seeing how this world is at this time and in this place. I have no goal, just to make sure that everything is in balance.
Well, then I'm sure he must be here to help.
Hmm.
It's been just utter chaos for as long as these history books have been telling me.
It has been quite a bit of chaos. Well, let's hope that you don't bring any mischief, because no matter how strong you are, how many wars you've been in, I'll tell you right now, there's quite a few people in this town that are going to definitely stand quite a bit of a chance against you, even if the drunkards at the Golden Griffins aren't that good. There's been a couple adventurers that would definitely knock you down a peg. So just be very careful and mindful.
I appreciate your advice, but I think I have myself covered.
I hope you do. I'm gonna roll a d20 and add my arcana, and I'm gonna ask you to do it as well, as I'm gonna give you the help action. So you're gonna roll with advantage and just give me an arcana check. 15. Your god automatically succeeds, so you hear a voice inside your head speak up, and he goes, "Okay, I don't want to do this again. You know I'm usually very chill. I feel the other one now too. You're getting flanked."
Oh no, what does this mean? What do I need to do?
Inside the town, I felt the presence of darkness, and approaching from outside the town, I feel the presence of light, meaning that there is some very, very serious implications for what happens. Be extremely on guard now. Okay?
Does time pause, or are we just standing here in silence?
Yeah.
So when he speaks in his head, it is less of like a full dialogue that's happening inside of his head, and it is more information. So when I am speaking to Dan,
Is it like instant, or can I be like, what are you staring at? All right.
I was
And
planning
then-
on turning to you guys to see if you guys noticed anything.
You give it 1 second. Dan, do you want to just are you trying to hide the expressions on your face at all?
I am trying to hide because I want to bring it up to them, but depending on if they catch it or not, like if they feel either light
This is
or
this
dark
is
or even both, then I won't disclose that.
this is what I'll say.
It's
I'll-
not gonna affect that much.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
Are
it
you
isn't.
are you
It's
trying to
big.
fully hide the fact that you're doing that? Because I will say after this, I'll say Kishlin definitely did notice. You could tell that just by her facial expression that there is something, and she doesn't feel like it's super duper off. She didn't immediately think, "Oh crap, we're all gonna die."
All right, in that case, then I'll probably just hide my expression and not the fact that there's the entity, because the aim is to figure out what the entity is and what it is and
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Kaden,
not
what
trying
did
to
you
hide
get?
that.
What did you get on your roll? I'll say a DC 15 to tell that Dan did it, and then
19.
a DC 10 to see that Kishlin. So you see both of their faces kind of proc up a little bit. As currently, I'll say this: the reason that I didn't have you roll the check is you do not have a divine sense currently, because you don't have the artifact. So that's the reason that I didn't have you roll. But you see that immediately that their faces kind of proc up a little bit. Kishlin's is more of a readiness, and Dan's is more one of kind of on edgeness, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll just remain in the scene
Okay, gotcha.
with that information.
Dan, is there anything you want to say as you feel that?
Do I notice? I mean, obviously, I notice that she notices that
Mm-hmm.
there's a shift.
Yeah.
I guess I turn to her
Mm-hmm.
more so, and I say, like, you've been around for a long time. Do you know? Have you?
Are
seen
you
this
calling-
Before? Do you know what this is?
Are you calling me old?
Yeah.
Okay.
you age
Immediately, I do not like this guy. So,
Time
what's your
is
question?
relative. Time.
No,
age
I'm
is a-
pretty
age is a
sure
construct. There is
you're
no age.
older than
There's
her.
Yeah, how old are you, mister?
Like we were saying, age is a construct. There's no such thing. There is no young. There is no old. There is no.
I
rich,
bet
there's
you
no
I bet
poor.
you take off that stupid mask and you'll have gray hair too. So
I end up taking off my mask, and it just goes, and like pixie dust and
No!
like, just a beam of light.
Does that
and a
cause
little
problems?
cute-
what
flurry
does
of-
what does your face look like underneath the mask?
I don't have a face.
You don't have a face at all?
Don't have a face. Like my mask has a face, but in like it looks like I have eyes because my light is glowing out, but there is no actual face behind that. It's just energy. So when I take off my mask, that energy kind of just illuminates around.
See,
Does that hurt us? Or-
it does not.
No,
like,
definitely,
I mean,
it's
vision?
I just
Does it
ensue
blind?
my energy.
Uh-huh. So you immediately see that she stumbles backwards because she just saw a suit of armor take off its hat and she saw nothing. And she goes, "Oh my god. Okay, I can't even deal with that right now. I'm going to go grab the power source. You stay here." Actually, you come outside.
You should probably hurry.
Yeah, you
This
come
isn't
outside.
proof enough.
Okay, put your dang hat back on. You come outside with me because I don't trust leaving you alone with Prot. As she walks outside, and
Wait,
you
can I
see
kill
a,
her?
huh?
Oh, I
He's
was gonna
currently
say, I was
like he's currently
can I
he's
make-
currently restrained down a little bit.
Oh, okay,
um,
okay, I got you.
But as you see, she opens up the door, and you start feeling that presence get closer and closer and closer and closer, until you start to see a massive shadow on the ground, illuminated by the sunset that's fully setting. Seeing this shadow from about 300 feet out, you assume that it has to be at least 7 foot tall. It is a terrifying creature. As what do you think as it starts to approach?
I'm definitely thinking that this might be what I was told, and reflecting back and being like, oh, this is the energy that isn't good
Mhm.
for me.
As you start to see it get a little bit closer, now it's around like 200 feet. And surprisingly, it kind of shrinks a little bit. Now it's more around like 6 foot tall, maybe even like 5'10"ish, which is surprising. Maybe it was a play with the light or the shadows. As it starts to get a little bit closer, and now it almost seems like it shrinks to like 5 foot. Now it's around 100 feet out, still kind of coming over the horizon, as until it gets up to 50 feet in front of you, and you see a 3.5 foot tall gnome. You see a gnome that is walking up to you. You see a gnome hat that goes up. It's going all the way up in like that little gardener gnome thing. It's like the red hat that like teepees up. He's wearing the classic like medieval look where it's like it's like just a normal shirt with like an overshirt over it. It looks like he's wearing overalls on top of it with like these comedically kind of big boots from him. As he's kind of scampering really, really quickly, he's probably moving like 50 feet like every 6 seconds. So he's a pretty fast dude. As he's scampering up, as you see something on his back that is a glowing white light. But this glowing white light is kind of a little bit dampened by the fact that he has it draped up around cloth. As you see him scamper up, as Kishlin raises her hand and she goes, "Hey, I'm assuming that's the power source that I was looking for." He goes, yeah, that's the power source that you're looking for. I tried getting here as quick as possible. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Gnome PS is running a little bit behind right now. I apologize. Yeah, as immediately you guys know that all packages are delivered by gnomes, as they are some of the fastest creatures. They just run around and they deliver packages. That is what gnomes do in this world, as you guys all know that, without even having to roll a history check. As he runs up and he goes, "Yep, I'm very sorry. This was, it took a little bit. There was a lot of monsters attracted to this thing for some reason. You might want to be careful with this thing. It seems like a very powerful power source." And she cuts him off. She goes, "Well, yes, that is why I wanted this power source. Anyways, do I need to sign anything or something like that?" And he's like, probably. I dropped the consent form, so I'm just going to give it to you. You already paid, right?" And she's going to roll a deception check real quick. That's a 12. He rolls a 4. As she goes, yeah, I already paid. I would like my thing now. As he goes, "Well, I fully trust you wholeheartedly, as here is your power source." As he hands it over to her. As she goes, "All right, let's go back into the house. All paid for, everything signed for. As I have done nothing illegal here." As she walks back into the house, shuts the door with you, Lucius. As soon as she shuts the door, she goes, "I definitely did not pay for this thing, and this thing was supposed to be extremely expensive. Let's put this thing in prot real quick." Holy moly. Yeah.
What does
Wait.
this do? This looks powerful.
You didn't pay for that?
Sorry, Prot, you didn't hear that.
Fair enough.
Yep, you didn't hear that at all. Yeah, close your, holes.
Close your holes.
As Dan, you see that the source of this godly power that you felt was from this piece right here. As Caden, what do you fully think this power source looks like? Sorry to put you on the spot here,
well,
but
it would be like I don't know. I mean, it's probably an orb-like maybe figure with maybe more like I don't know. It's kind of an orb with a very minorly transparent view, with like the center being like impossible to look through. Like the edges are a lot more transparent on the ball, and coming out of it is like almost lightning energy, and like you can see it like crackling maybe around the source.
Yep.
And like it provides like a little bit of a glow, and maybe like in the places that they hold it, there's like zappings wherever they're impacting it, and then like it makes like bits of like sound and like thunderous like little booms, little ones that like cause like whiffs of air coming out of it. So it's like a storm orb energy.
100%. I love that. As she walks over to you, and she immediately goes, "So, this is the power source that I found. It has been pretty...
You found it?
Well, technically, it was designed around it. The power source itself has ties to a god, but what I made around it, there was a couple custom things that I had to made outside of it. It needed a much bigger magical shop than I did, or that we have here. So I needed to kind of... I found the main power source.
It's hard to have a good shop whenever it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Often.
It's difficult. Very difficult. A lot of this stuff's kind of thrown together. But
did you design it?
I did design it. I fully designed it myself.
Well, I fully trust your builds.
100%.
And you created me, so what can go wrong?
Exactly. As she kind of, as your chest is kind of opened up, she sets it inside as she starts kind of casting a spell on it. And as you see this spell, it starts to have the power source almost open up a little bit, as the parts that were containing that like storm surge energy starts to open up a little bit, as you start to see the power source that was kind of contained inside of it starts to break apart. As that storm sense energy starts flowing around inside of the cavity, as she closes it down, as it takes a second to kick on, but now you are a fully fledged sorcerer. You have all of your class abilities now.
Shoot. Is that level 6?
Yes. I believe we started all at level 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
I feel a rush of energy through my body.
100%.
Yeah.
As now, I am going to immediately describe what happens after that, and now both of you guys get to roll, because you guys both have a divine sense. Immediately, you hear a thunderous crack from inside of the town. A massive boom of this crimson light that comes directly from the Golden Griffin's hall. As both of you guys need to roll an Arcana check right now. As Dan, what you hear, as I'm asking for your guys' Arcana checks real quick. Dan, you hear, okay, once again, I try being as chill as possible. Whatever I felt inside of the town just awakened. You need to figure out what that is immediately. As I would like both of your guys' Arcana checks.
I got 18.
6.
A 6 and an 18. As Kishlin rolls a nat 20, as she goes, we need to go to the Golden Griffin's Hall right now.
My goat.
As we are going to cut from that scene to another. Oh, okay. As we cut back, we see a battlefield. This battlefield has trees burned. The entire grasslands has been stomped over. Bodies on the floor, with bodies all around one specific point. We see a large, imposing figure with around 3 other people around him. Currently, they are locked in a battle with each other that is extremely deadly. We've seen multiple bodies hit the floor at this point, multiple people fighting all over each other. As we look towards the very middle of this, as Zhao Ming, would you please like to describe your character?
Zhao Ming is, not your average Goliath. He is about, 6'6", which is like, a head and like half a head shorter than other Goliaths, which is, a big difference, back in the village. he has, your typical monk robes, right? Covering one side to the other, kind of exposing one side of the chest. That side of the chest is his right side. He has, the fabrics of the robe, a dark grayish, most of it, right? With kind of, like light bluish, kind of ropes here and there with a golden, golden buckle right on the hilt. Your tribal tattoos on the left arm, black ink, just going all the way down. You see it on the chest, on the back as well as you see scars here and there, all on the front, never on the back. Just goes to show how kind of warrior he is, never getting wounds on the back. His right arm though, this tattoo's different. You could kind of you could tell. It's a dragon, but it's a different style. It's almost as if when you look at it deeply enough, the ink is it's not really ink. You just have a different feeling about it. It is a dark red kind of tattoo though, kind of like this red, I would say. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. As you have 3 other people around you that you've been fighting with for probably around a week now. One of them is a barbarian that you have been fighting hand in hand with in the front lines of this combat for about a week now, and then a ranger and a sorcerer. Currently, you guys are lined up to where there's the 2 frontliners on the outsides, and then the ranger and the sorcerer kind of supporting you guys from the middle. As the barbarian goes out, as he cleaves 2 people that are coming at him immediately, and he goes, "That's 5, Zhao. How many you got?"
I'm already on 8. You got to catch up to me.
Zhao the undefeated, always flexing. As he goes in and stabs another 2 and another 2. As you start having this conversation as you're fighting, and he goes, "I can't believe," and this is all while you guys are cleaving up people, by the way. He goes, "I can't believe that we have Zhao the undefeated with us. We could never lose with you."
I didn't know it was gonna be this boring though.
Yeah, I mean we've lost a couple, but that doesn't matter when we have Zhao the undefeated on our side. As the ranger pops up and just shoots 2 real quick that were coming at the barbarian from an off angle. She goes, "Can you shut up and kill people? Holy moly. I don't know why you always need to have a conversation with Zhao every single time."
It's on me. We'll lock in.
As could you roll a perception check real quick?
I would love to.
Mm-hmm.
18.
What you see is extremely difficult because you do not have enough time to tell them to get out of the way before you see it. You see a boulder around 20 feet big in diameter come up from the sky and crush those 3 people as they are immediately dead. Zhao, the 3 people that you have been fighting with for the past week, die in front of you. The only part that is left is half of the barbarian, unexposed from the rock. What do you do when you see this?
I'm guessing, I know his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cletus. I wasn't able to react. This never should have happened. We should have took longer planning. I was too arrogant from the jump. I'm sorry.
As you see, he goes from a face that looks on death's door to almost seeming fully alive, as his eyes get slitted with a red crimson tint. As he looks at you and he goes, "Does that make you angry?"
Cletus?
Answer the question, Zhao.
What do you mean, does that make... What's... Cletus? Are you okay?
I'm better than I've ever been. And it seems like you're going to be better than you've ever been as well.
What's going on?
As all you see is he just points upwards. As he points directly to the sun. The sun hangs impossibly large above a dead gray horizon, extremely still, like the sky forgot how to move. You stand alone in a field of ash, trees petrified mid-burn, shadows cast without a source, no wind, no sound, only the hum of heat that never reaches your skin. You look up as Cletus directs you to. The sun pulses once, then again, and slowly, horribly, the sun begins to change. The golden light bleeds at the edges. It grows red, then darker, like blood-thickening water. The center collapses inward, spiraling. The shape forms inside, not of fire or light, but an eye emerges. Slitted, crimson, alive. A second eye opens up beside it. Both stare down, not at the world, but at you. You try to look away, but the light pins you, not like warmth, but like a predator's gaze. Then a voice, velvet soft, cold as a lie wrapped in silk. They will fear you when they remember. The eyes widen, the sun splits, and from the crack, something begins to crawl through. All fangs, and silence, and smoke. As you wake up in a bolt, with the room around you having noticeably more cracks than you remember when you went to bed. As you wake up from this dream, you are in the Golden Griffin's Hall. What you see immediately as soon as you wake up is going to be those tattoos that you have being that crimson red as you see a red energy pulsating from you. As you have just cracked the entire room with this goddess's presence. As you have been having noticeably more dreams like that ever since you accepted the deal that you did. As what do you do immediately when you wake up having that dream?
I want to check my tattoo, see if it's like leaking anything. I need to, cover up my presence that I just leaked off.
Mm-hmm. You start to see that the tattoos, when they get overcharged with this energy, this like crimson, like magical dust almost comes out that is on every part of where the tattoo is. So currently, you do have quite a bit that is leaked out.
Yeah, I wanna try and cover that up. Just
Gotcha.
try and like tighten up my aura.
You try kind of sucking that aura back in as like you have a cloak that you could probably try throwing around you if you would want to. That's what you kind of came into this because currently you're in the Golden Griffin's Hall, the adventuring guild of this place.
Yeah, if the cloak does it, then I want to put my cloak back on.
Gotcha. You throw the cloak back on as Dan and Caden, you guys just got into the Golden Griffin's Hall. As all the adventurers in the bottom part of it are terrified to go upstairs where they just felt that presence. As immediately the barkeep runs up to Kishlin and she goes, Kishlin, did you just feel that? As Kishlin goes up, she goes, yeah. Are you okay for me to just go upstairs? I need to check out what that is immediately. And she goes, yes.
Is there a window?
100%. You're currently upstairs, but yes, there is a window.
Yeah, is there a window in my room? I want to sneak out.
Gotcha. Give me a stealth
I
check
want to
with
grab my
advantage.
things and sneak out.
Gotcha. Give me a stealth check with advantage.
I'll go with these two.
What is it?
So I have a +8.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
So that's
gonna
25.
Be 25. As they immediately go up into the room, they open it up and they see that the entire thing almost looks like it is cracked through with this magical like dust. So from wall to wall, it seems like it is almost like shattered the room with this like cracks of this. It's very strange. So what you guys see is that it almost looks like markings and runes of this like red crimson dust on the walls. As you guys see the door, you guys see inside. This probably didn't even happen a minute ago. You guys see the window open. What would you guys like to do as you guys kind of see this? Do you guys want to take initiative or kind of still follow behind Kishlin?
Well, can I go look out the window that's open?
Is he
Of
already
course.
outside of the door?
Can I make a move real quick?
Yeah. Where would you like to go?
Good.
All right. So after I've snuck out the window, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is before they walk in the room.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna jump down, right? I'm going to the bar. I'm gonna act
going
like
to the
I've been there
bar.
the whole time.
Oh.
Well, I have my cloak on, right? So not really like I want to stay there. I want to see how this goes.
Gotcha.
It's not like anybody like going to find me knows what I look like, so I feel like I'm fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
As you kind of circle back around and sneak through, what are you two thinking as you're going up there? Because Kishlin's just kind of observing the room, looking at markings and runes. Is there anything you guys physically want to check as you're there?
Well, so are the cracks, is it like horizontally around the room? Is it like from the bed out around?
You guys see that they kind of get bigger and smaller the farther you guys go from the room. Or from the physical bed. So it starts really, really small at the very top of at the start of the bed, and then it gets bigger and bigger.
Where are the runes? Like everywhere?
The runes are legitimately everywhere, yeah.
And how many patterns are there?
The patterns range. So there's certain patterns on there that are like swirls and symbols and things like that. And then there's some that are straight up like people and things like that. Looking like all of these are different types of markings.
How many groups of, like, are there, like, so maybe it's not all the same people marking, but how many, like, people markings versus swirly markings versus triangular ones? Like, how many, what's the number of runes?
It
Like
surrounds
patterns.
it surrounds the entire wall, or all
Okay.
parts of the wall.
And is it, like, so many that I probably can't count?
Probably, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Are they in the room right above me?
They're in the room right above you.
Can I feel presence? Is it flat?
No, you're gonna roll your we'll say insight based on after that. It's an insight check on or we'll say religion actually.
15.
15. Unfortunately, you do not. Or well, I will say
To
you
DC
definitely-
25.
Well, that do you
A cloth.
do you know why it's a DC 25?
Yeah, my stealth.
That was your
My
stealth.
stealth just. Yeah.
So specifically, Caden, you do feel a presence, and what that presence is it's everywhere in the room on you. You feel that presence, and it's extremely intoxicating inside the room that you're currently in.
Okay.
And it's emanating from those tribal markings.
I want to
Master
order a
Kishlin,
beer.
How recent do you think this was?
I'm assuming this was from the sound that we heard, so it couldn't have been more than 2 minutes ago.
We should go downstairs. We should ask if they saw anyone run away. Down the stairs, out the door.
Yeah.
I wanna call the barkeep, bartender.
Gotcha, 100%. As you guys are kind of heading downwards, you'll call over the barkeep. You're just like at the bar, I'm assuming now.
Yeah. So all right. All right. So this is pretty much how like I'm looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like you can see like that, right?
Pretty average.
Pretty average, right? Like if you saw someone like this in your medieval bar, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty average, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
All right.
hey, like first off, like I would like a beer.
Well, that was my
right?
suggestion.
You don't gotta tell me about your selection. I just want a beer. And then is there anything to gamble on here?
Gambling. Sorry, we're still a little bit on edge. I'm assuming you heard that, right? That massive bang from up there? Because, like, everybody in the bar is already kind of distressed about it. Because
No, yeah. I just changed my pants. Like I pissed myself.
Oh.
I was scared. Yeah, no. So I was just coming to get a beer.
I'm gonna need a deception check on that one. Unfortunately, I'm gonna need a deception check on that one. I'm gonna give her only a +2.
I have advantage. I have
Yes.
advantage.
Wait, why do you have advantage?
It says it on my sheet.
Oh, you get advantage on
I have
checks?
advantage on deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion.
What is that from?
I can tell you real quick. Oh no, it doesn't tell me where it's from. We can find out later.
We'll find out later, but I trust you for right now. That's insane, though.
19 plus 1, 20. Dirty
As
20.
she rolled a 20. No, I'm kidding. She rolled a 10. As she goes, okay, you're a very honest person. I also am kind of surprised that you... There is so much... I do not get paid enough for this. Yeah, sure, there's definitely things that you could gamble on here. There's definitely things that you could get... I'll get you your beer. As Kishlin and the other three start walking down, as she
How
immediately
much gold
goes...
do I have?
I would say you don't have like
insane.
any. You awoke very, very recently. You don't have anything
Well,
like
yeah.
a cloak
You don't
on
think
you.
I've how did I afford the room if I don't have any money?
You currently went into the adventuring guild, so any adventurer gets to stay there for free.
Facts.
Yes.
Also, wait, real quick on that then. So, does somebody know that I'm here?
What do you mean?
You just said
specifically
you have to be an adventurer. Yes, I was an adventurer,
he's
you know,
registered.
that many years ago. I had to like register my name. Who knows who I am here?
You don't have to like register your exact name. You basically
Does somebody know who I am here?
No.
Okay.
So what basically happened is a couple days ago you went in and you said, I'd like to be an adventurer so you could get a free room.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I have 0 gold. 0 gold. I'm broke.
You're broke as heck.
Dead broke.
Yes.
I like it.
Dead broke.
I like it.
Yes. You have nothing but the
All right.
cloak on your back right now and the clothes that
Is
are on
beer
you.
free then? Oh,
It
sugar
is.
honey iced tea.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
I love how we
Oh,
have
I
an
can't
alcohol.
wait for this.
We have an alcoholic on both sessions already. It's amazing. As
It was always
we're-
going to be Zhao.
It was always going to be Zhao and Caesar. But We're going to immediately. She kind of beelines over to Kushlin, and she walks over there. She'll go. I'll get you your beer in a second. 1 second. Kishlin, what'd you find upstairs? As they start having a dialogue with each other. As I'll ask Caden and Dan, what are you guys doing as they're having that dialogue together? Do you kind of just listen in, or what's fully going on in your guys' mind right now?
Can I have?
Are there guards? Like, do they have anyone just standing around, or is it just like all citizens who bought a drink?
All of these guys are adventurers. You wouldn't go to an adventuring guild for really anything else besides if you're an adventurer. You specifically see that lower down clerics are kind of murmuring around in their own groups, saying what they felt, because a fighter wouldn't be able to feel what you guys just felt. Somebody who has a tie to a magical or a celestial force would. So that's why the clerics currently are kind of murmuring around, or even the warlocks with their patrons are going, you know, they're whispering around amongst themselves. As you kind of see that no one's really standing around, but they are in kind of a state of disbelief almost.
Can I hold on? So, is everyone like? How's everyone standing? Are they all standing around in like a group and scattered? Or some sitting at the bar?
Some are sitting.
Like,
some are sitting at the bar. Some are kind of just
like just one person sitting at the bar, or multiple people.
I would say that
Like,
there is multiple people at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
There is quite a few people just scattered around. Some are looking at quests and adventures. Some people are kind of heading upstairs for some reason. And some people are kind of just at like the tables that are set up that aren't at the physical bar.
Right. Can I go talk to one of the guys drinking? He's wearing like a white shirt with a bow tie.
A white shirt with a bow tie, of course. JJ, do you have something?
I want to know, what's the person to the right and left of me look like? Like, what are we talking?
One person
left.
to the right is wearing a bow tie.
Okay, and what about to the left?
That guy's really, really ugly. His name's Schmebulus. You know this guy specifically?
I think I want to talk to Schmebulus.
Okay. You immediately.
Can you make a voice?
Oh, I will. What do you want to say to Schmebulus?
Like, hey man, like, are you gonna finish all that beer?
Yeah, I think I am gonna finish all this beer. Why?
I don't know, man. Like, the bar keeps kind of taking too long, but hey, it would help if I had somebody to chat to.
Are you gonna steal my beer like the other adventurers? The other adventurers are always so mean to me. One second. Let me compose myself. Sorry. I was not expecting to do that voice. I apologize. One second.
Okay, wait. Okay.
As you see Schmebulus speak up. The adventurers.
Wait. No, I want to say wait. No. I just want to ask you some questions. I won't steal your beer.
Okay.
What have you heard about, any emergence of any, gods or, god-like figures?
Well, I'm an atheist, so I don't believe that gods are real. I think clerics are just really confused sorcerers or wizards. And apparently that makes you get made fun of a lot by the clerics and warlocks. So a lot of people here don't like me because of that, but...
No, I understand where you're coming from, Smobulus. Everyone has the right to their own opinion.
So
but
I ignore the guy in the bow tie and I walk over and I'm like, Schmebulus, a guy's talking to you?
Yeah, most people don't talk to me, but this guy's been really nice. What's going on?
I wonder why. I mean, I guess he's just a really nice gentleman. Hey, what's your name?
I mean, that's just. My name's Cletus.
All right, Cletus. Well, it's good to meet you. My name is Prot. I'm a
Good to meet you,
a
Prot.
magical golem. If you need any help, I come here very often.
What'd you just say?
Just let me. If you need any help, just let me know.
No.
I'll come here very often.
What are you?
A magical golem, like made of wood and metal. Parts of me, like I'm made to serve and make a function. Some people make armies of golems to hoe their farms, and they
Yeah, no,
it's their
golems,
purpose.
age long, spell.
JJ,
But
you have no clue what any of what he just said was. Golems did not exist
Yeah.
100 years ago,
Oh,
like at all.
so he's just something new.
He is fully to you.
I'm trying not to act shocked. No, he already saw me act shocked. Like, what are you? No, okay, so I can't play it off like that. Magic golem, crazy world we live in nowadays. Well, I'm waiting for my
I
beer.
just became
Lady
magical.
should be here anytime now. It's been about 5 minutes.
You see how she's still just
What's her
talking to
name?
Kishlin.
Oh my god. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you need a beer?
Yeah, I was just gonna get my beer, but I think she
Yeah,
may
sure,
have forgotten.
I'll go get
I may
you
just
one.
leave.
No problem.
Oh,
Aw.
Yeah, and what's the bartender's name?
The bartender's name is Cassandra.
Cassandra. And I'm like, hey, Cassandra, can I serve this fine man right here?
Prat, I know you're not gonna steal from the bar. You're more than welcome to go back there. You've helped me out so many times serving people, anyways. Of course. As you see, she kind
I
of
know,
starts discussing with Kishlin again.
I know. Lucius is there, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
probably
right
see him.
now-
He's a very imposing figure.
Right now
yeah,
I'm
I was
just
about to say, like, I
watching.
know he's there.
Can I?
Has he been listening to the
So-
No,
conversation?
he's just an
What I
imposing
wanted to
figure
throw-
right by the stairs right now. Like,
With-
What I
he's
wanted
just
to do is throw my
he's
little
on like
guy.
the second stair right now, just staring.
I just wanted to
as-
throw my
He's not
little
even
guy
off the
and then
stairs,
have
he
him
was the
roaming
last in
around,
line.
Just kind of not inside, just listening in.
Okay, where do you want to specifically send him?
So I was planning on sending him like somewhere inside of Prod because he's just kind of like he can change
Yeah.
size, but right now he's kind of like in this palm of your hand. He's kind of
Inside of Prod.
I'll say this.
Throw him on the inside. Of
I'll say
shoulder.
this. You would have had to tell me that before, because I think he can't.
I wasn't
he-
trying to interrupt. There's a lot
makes
of shit
sense.
going on.
That makes sense. Always be willing to interrupt because you're definitely always able to. But I would say that you would have had to done that before. If you want to send him somewhere specifically, you're more than welcome to.
what
Or
if I
even if
send
you
him
want to
out?
go, even if you want to like walk up with Prot, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I see Prot and I see him kind of like chit chatting, and I make my way up to the bar. And
This is one of my beer.
I order
Mhm.
myself a beer. I don't say anything. I just walk up to the bar.
hmm As JJ, this is the first time you've ever seen Dan.
Here, can I? So
I
give JJ
I
the
tuck
beer.
my cloak a
Then
little
can I
bit
give-
tighter. I
Can I give
I tuck my
Lucius a
cloak
beer?
tighter. Like-
Yeah, of course you can.
All right, so I give Lucius his beer, and I'm like, "Is time a construct? Is that why you're over there for a few extra seconds?"
Did I get my beer yet?
You got me there.
Prot,
Yeah,
did you give him?
It's all right. I'm a construct too. So.
The yeah, no, I was.
Am I
observing.
still
Let's get in-
beerless?
let's get in the room.
I'm saying
No,
all
you
this
have
out
a
loud. I'm
You
saying
have a
all this out. I have a beer.
Who is this guy?
You actively have a beer in front of you. Are you blind?
I have it with my left hand. I want to make that known. It is with my left hand.
Why
Dude,
specifically with your
my-
left?
my-
Well, because my right has the tattoo. Yeah.
I get you.
My left arm. I'm using my left.
Well, cheers. My name.
I don't know you.
What's yours?
Lucius, are you a member of the guild?
I kind of I have a reserved little cheers. I'll cheers him, just reserve though, like, hey, cheers. Name's Cletus.
Wait,
know.
wait. Can I cheers?
Yeah,
Yo,
Schmebulus, get in here.
Yo, Schmobulus.
Perception.
You still got some.
Schmebulus,
I have
get
friends.
In the, get in the chair.
Yeah, you got some. You still got some questions to answer.
Schmebulus, I'm sorry, but I don't know if these guys will want to hang out with you for that long.
Aww.
It's okay.
Smubulus,
You'll
hey,
always have
keep my
me while I'm
contact.
around, I guess.
Keep my contact. I want to know Smobulus. Can I know
Well,
Smobulus?
Did you know Schmebulus
Cletus-
before?
I want to know
Cletus and
Smobulus
Schmebulus
now.
Sound like a good.
You know Schmebulus.
I want to
You
take
do
a
know.
big gulp of my drink. How far am I down? How much left?
How far do you think?
I
you're
think
down?
I'm down I'm like down like 70%. All right, I'm hurt. Like, I'm drinking fast. I'm a fast drinker.
Is that your right arm
I'm-
that you just used?
Technically, yes, but
Still
that's
left
because
arm.
my left arm is supporting me right now. So it's kind of
Still left arm.
it's my left
fine.
arm.
Mhm.
I'm getting
So
it down.
cheers?
If nobody's talking, I'm getting it down.
Well, I guess. I
I
asked
know.
Schmebulus what he like if he heard anything, like anything special. Like he was sitting at the bar, right?
Mhm.
So, hey Schmebulus,
Uh-huh.
So how long have you been at the bar?
I would say for the last year and a half,
Today, how long have you been at the bar?
all day.
How many drinks have you had, Schmeb?
Today. Hey, Cassandra. As you see, Cassandra looks over, sees that it's Schmebulus, looks back over to Kishlin. And Schmebulus goes, "Yeah, that's usually the response I get. I don't know, maybe like 20."
All right. Hey, Schmebulus, how so?
Is there
the
a map
shake,
nearby?
How long ago do you think it was? How long ago
Huh?
was the shake?
The shake?
On the big boom.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. This whole room's been shaking for the past year, man.
Thanks, Schmebulus. I'll see if I can get you some help.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I turn and walk away.
Done.
Oh, just like everybody
Is there a drink?
else.
Is there a map nearby? Like,
Oh yeah, there's
yeah,
a world
I want to
map.
go to the world map.
Okay. What are you specifically looking for on
Are churches labeled?
Churches would not be labeled, but you would assume in major towns that there would be
Major
churches.
towns there would be. I would like. What would it depend on region? Is it region based or is it just like, okay?
Certain regions
Tell me
would
what kind
have
of regions
more
I'm
of
looking
one
at,
god than
like
the other.
depending on the gods, goddess.
Uh-huh. So there's a couple different regions. So you know that specifically this is a war draw, or like a very very it's
Or torn.
this place has been war torn. I started with a D for some reason in my mind. I was like say war drawn. A war torn land. So there's 3 major kingdoms, that being Eldramore, Grimreach, and Arthrandus. Arthrandus, you don't fully know what god they supported, but you know that Eldramore started on Solus, the worship of Solus, and that is somewhere where you guys are right now, and you know that Solus is more prevalent there. In Grimreach, you know that's where specifically there would be more worship of Erisil. And Arthrandus is kind of more neutral. They don't really have one specific god that they support.
I would like to find the closest big city of the witch. Oh, I just forgot the name of Arisil's side. Grimreach.
Of Arisil,
Yeah,
so Grimreach.
Grimreach.
Okay. The closest town would be about 100 miles away, and it would be Dreadmore in the mountains.
Dreadmore. Interesting.
Which
Interesting.
very
Very
familiar.
interesting.
Del Hestia would be a little bit more of a major town, but it would also be a little bit farther away, maybe like 120 miles away. The capital is Necropolis, and that is about 200-ish miles away from you.
How far is that in like days travel?
So I believe the average travel time of a party, let me look this up. Average travel time of a party in miles. So you could get on foot about 24 miles a day. And that's assuming like if you guys are using horse, it's about 48. So it'd be about like 4 or 5 days travel if you were trying to get to like Necropolis. It'd be about like a or actually no, that'd be more like an 8-day travel, so like a week. It'd be like about 6 days and like 6 days to get to Dreadmore and Del Hestia from there.
I would like to go to the adventuring board, to the quest board.
Of course.
Yeah. The cities I'm looking for. Zelhestia, what kingdom are they a part of?
Del
Del
Hestia is specifically part of Grimreach.
Okay.
Now, I'll say this. You would not see any quests for them on that board.
That would make sense, but what kind of quests are there? Any delivery? Tell me what kind of quests. I don't know.
So there's a lot of different types of quests. A lot of them are slaying monsters in the
Well,
forest.
what can I even do?
Around the low
I'm technically
valley?
only like a E rank.
Yes. So there is a power testing that most time the adventurers will take before they fully get ranked. Some people forego it because it usually ranks you lower than you are if you're not an extremely strong adventurer, but you haven't taken it yet. So you could get ranked. You were an A rank adventurer before you like quit to go be in the war. And that was when you were much younger and much smaller. So you could be an S rank adventurer right now and we wouldn't even know.
So I can only do like finding a cat missions, right? Until I do
If you don't get power
until I do
tested,
the power
yes.
test. I would like to walk over to the bartender and be like, "Hey, do you also run the guild stuff?"
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Kishlin, we're probably not going to be able to find him. He's probably long gone by now. Someone who messed up the bar that badly wouldn't dare show their face here. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, I just have a few questions. Could we talk privately though?
Yeah, of course. Kishlin, if you want to go talk to Prot and
I want to go upstairs to the room.
Glitter Wings over there.
I want to cue myself.
Yeah,
up
if you'd like
that
to.
room.
Gotcha. But yeah, you pull her aside.
You can do what you.
So, how does the power testing happen? Where is it done? What do I have to do?
So we have a what type of fighter are you?
I am a monk.
Do you usually use swords? Or are you more magical? Okay, so you're straight hands, huh?
Straight hands.
Yeah. So I'll say this: when somebody asks you what type of fighter you are, I wouldn't think you would. You probably wouldn't identify.
I would say
yourself as a
fighter.
monk,
I would say
you?
fighter, right? I'd be like, I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior.
Well, Because usually what you classify yourself isn't like what the D&D like class is called. I've played like a monk as a boxer before, you know, and he never went anywhere near a temple. Does that make sense?
So I'd be like,
yeah. So like, what would you fully like identify yourself as? I know it's difficult.
Martial arts specialist.
Mm-hmm.
A martial arts specialist. So you would say that you're more. You probably don't use a weapon or anything like that, then, right?
No, I do not.
No, you do not. Oh, we don't see that too often. But yeah, so for people who don't use magic, usually we have an inherent strength tester, and then we text like dexterity and things like that to see how well you dodge things compared to how hard you could hit things. And then after that, what do you think you'd be ranked? Because depending on what you get ranked, you would either need a party or not need a party.
I'm trying to remember the quest. How many like C rank, right? C rank's a good rank. I tell the lady, what's her name, Cassandra. I'm like, Cassandra.
Yes.
I'm like,
either pronunciation is fine.
You know, I'm lying straight through my teeth. I'm like, oh, I'm just hoping for anything above E rank. I'll be grateful for anything. But I can't see myself getting higher than a C.
Okay, that makes sense. It's very difficult to get a C from the beginning. But I'll say this: what types of quests are you thinking about taking on?
I have questions I need answered, and staying here will not answer those questions.
Got it. So I'll say this: what rank adventurers are you thinking about taking on? Because there's some adventurers that you would need a party for and things like that.
I wouldn't want a party, but with the money that I would need for adventures, I wouldn't hate obtaining a smart party that doesn't do anything and lets me, you know. I don't want to deal with anybody who wants to play the hero. They need to be able to not do anything. I don't want to have to worry about them getting in the way. I don't want them being put in the way.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I will say, unless you get S rank immediately, and you want to go on like ranks that are like 3 ranks lower, because how it fully works is if you have, if you're an S rank, you could go on, I believe, B rank missions by yourself. Cool. That's about it. So if you wanted to go on A
what do you think?
B or anything
what do you think? Yeah. Do you think I would be thinking right now? Like, cause I gotta move. Like I gotta get like to city to find answers. So what do you think I'm thinking? Like rank wise? Because you're saying I was A rank before, so we're like, if I fully tried, I'd probably get at least B or C. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. So the higher rank you are, the higher the chances that you wouldn't fully need a party.
Okay. I kind of want to just do the test.
But I'm also so before we do the test, I'm gonna cut over. Prot, what are you doing over in the room?
Did you say, like, is there anything coming off the cracks, or like, is it just dust?
Yes, a deep, profound magical energy.
Okay. Is there any like dust or collectible things, or is it just energy?
All of it's collectible. Okay. Yes.
Well, can I try and what's like hold on. I don't know. Do you think I would have something to hold? Any like, is there anything I could grab?
I think you would. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
or hold
I
like
think
a
you
little,
would, yeah.
like I want to try and take something from
Like
the
almost like a
scene.
vial or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Um,
That makes sense. Yeah, if you would like to collect up some, you
So
can.
I'd like to do that, and then see if I could tap into maybe like feel the energy.
Mhm.
Just
So you're trying to pick up the dust and feel something from it?
I
If I'm not
just want to
mistaken?
collect dust to have to like
Mhm.
bring or as evidence, and then I want to
That makes sense, yeah.
also after I collect the dust, try and feel the energy or the type of magic or something from it.
Gotcha. So as you pick it up, I'll say that I'll give you advantage on an Arcana check.
Okay. Like the worst roll I've ever had. 2 plus 3.
Mhm.
So.
So you could
5.
tell that it's at least from a god. Now, exactly what that would be is kind of above you, but you could tell that it definitely is like from a god. So it's celestial or fiendish in some nature.
Okay. And do I recognize color patterns to any other color palettes of in the religion
Usually,
history
you would
books?
assume red is bad.
Cool. Sounds good.
That's the most I think you could get out of it is that it's from a god, and assuming that it's red, it's probably a bad
Alright.
god. Probably a bad
Sounds
god.
good. Is the yeah?
Mhm.
All right, then I guess maybe I'll go back down, with the thing that
Gotcha.
I have. I'll write that somewhere.
Gotcha. As you're kind of heading down, Lucius, what do you think you're fully doing in this situation as all this kind of stuff is going on?
Well, I mean, it's just been me and that guy at the bar, and
Yeah, it's been you and
I'm kind of like
Schmebulus.
sitting there with my beer, like trying to figure out how I drink this. I'm like, you know, like hitting it up, and I'm kind of like moving my mask up, and I'm like dripping it in there, and it like comes out my bottom. I'm like, all right, well, forget it. And I'm kind of like, yo, like, what does it taste like? What is this? What is this substance? As all this stuff, like, all this stuff's happening.
Oh.
And I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. I'm just drinking a beer, having a conversation with the barkeeper.
You see as Schmebulus kind of looks over and he goes, "Hey man, so I'm really wasted right now. Like, very much so. Usually I don't even talk like this, but I think that I've drank so much that my sinuses have gotten messed up. So I'm just gonna ask a couple questions real quick.
Go for it, man.
So, as you see, he kind of reaches up to touch your face. Is there anything you want to do as he's doing that?
Can I use command?
You want to cast active magic? I will say, Dan, what does it say next to it? Because there could be a verbal, somatic, or material
Command
component to
is
it.
you speak one
it'll say
command.
V, S,
you
or
speak
M.
a one-word command to a creature you can see with range.
Yep.
The target must succeed on
So
a
do you
wisdom
see
saving throw.
I know what command does, but there should be a V, an S, or an M on there, or a V and an S, or a V, S, or an
I
M.
don't see
That
any.
makes sense.
It's just blank.
Component.
I've seen some.
Is
I
it-
see other ones where it's like got a C star and it's got another one, but this one's nothing.
I'll look it up.
It's
if
a
there's
V.
verbal,
It's
somatic,
only V.
Oh,
It's
so
only
it says
verbal.
components.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
Dan.
it says-
Yes,
it
yes,
says
yes. It's
verbal.
only verbal.
Okay, well, I'm
so
saying
you
where
would
the other
you would
fucking
have
letters are.
to speak.
It's too many letters.
What would you like
Well,
to say?
I
to
would
him,
say
though?
stop. Or halt. Well, this one would be halt.
Stop?
The target doesn't move, takes no action, and flying creature strays up.
Gotcha.
And I just stare at him.
What's the DC?
Does it have a DC? Well, I mean, you throw to save yourself, but I don't think there's a DC on you.
There is a difficulty. So what is your spell save DC? It should be at the top.
It says cast. It has a 4, but
And it's on your character sheet. Spell save DC.
13. Save DC. It says save DC is 13.
Okay,
I don't know
gotcha.
if that's what you're saying.
So he has to succeed a what type of check is it?
It would
Is
be
it
wisdom, yeah.
Gotcha. He is a spellcaster, so his main modifier is intelligence. So he's not a very wise person. So he has only a +1 to this, meaning that he has to roll a 12 or above to succeed. As is a 19, as he gets a 20, as he keeps going up. As he pokes all the way through your mask.
Just let him touch me. And then
as he goes, so I'm a little out of it, but it looks like you don't have a face, and when you drank that beer, it kind of just went straight through you. So what's going on with you?
I am an angel. And please get your fingers out of my face. They don't.
Alright, gotcha, Mr. Liar. What did I say like 10 seconds ago? Angels aren't real. You're just a sorcerer. That's all you are.
I take off my helmet. And then this time, like, a big ass lightning thing.
Before you even take the big ass lightning thing, I'm gonna roll this real quick, and this is a sanity check.
Okay.
He will pass out immediately if he rolls a 10 or below.
He just passes out.
As that is a nat 1, he dies. No, I'm kidding. I'm fully kidding. He does not die.
Oh my God,
Pass
no.
out and hits his head.
He passes out.
I thought he did.
He passes out, hits his head, and he dies.
He pass out.
If you took Smobulus from me,
He hits his head.
Dude, imagine.
He pass out. He hits his head, and he is rolling death saving throws. Which a little bit better. He doesn't immediately die.
help him up.
As you see, you take off your head, and I'm going to roll a flat perception check for everyone around the room that just saw that. That is from the less perceptive people, a 6. From the more perceptive people that are a little bit less drunk, it is going to be a 14, meaning that they definitely do see this. So you see an audible gasp from most of the people around, as I'll say Prot, I'll say JJ, and I'll say Schmebulus all see it. What is your guys' reaction to seeing this?
Do I really see it? I thought I'm in a private room or something.
Not currently. You're still talking with all of this has happened. Up until
my
the same
God.
Point, so your guys' things
Okay,
just,
okay,
merged all of it. So currently, you're talking with Cassandra. Prot is walking down the stairs with the vial, and Dan just took off his head. So all of you guys, JJ and Prot, you guys are actually pretty close to each other in proximity because you're talking with Cassandra right where
Is
Kishlan
my
walked away
tattoo
from.
acting up?
Ooh.
Not
Ooh,
yet.
I like that.
Ooh.
First off, I look at Prot, and I scoot. Oh, I look at the fainted Smobulus. I'm like, that doesn't look so good. That's not our problem right now. We still got to talk about this. And me and Cassandra kind of like scoot over a little bit, but I'm really trying to like step away from Prot because I see that he has like the vial and stuff.
Mhm.
That's it. Smobulus isn't really my biggest concern.
Gotcha. Smebulus right now is going to roll his first death saving throw. as that is a 2. He is 1 and 0 currently.
Oh, shit.
As we're gonna continue the conversation, Dan, you are right next to Smebulus, and so is JJ. What do you guys want to do from there?
You mean Caden?
I like go.
I thought you went over to
No,
Smebulus.
me and Cassandra scooted over. Like, we're in the corner now.
Oh,
Like, we-
okay. You guys
Yeah.
scoot over. Dan, you are still next to next to Smebulus, and Prot, you just saw Smebulus
I
fall
just
over.
grab Smebulus, just up by his shirt, plop him back on his chair, and he just kind of flops
Dan,
out. No, I
he's-
know. Yeah, he like flops onto the table, and he's just kind of out. And I just kind of like pat him on the back and like I ask for a water, just like nothing happened. Just play it off.
Gotcha. He's gonna roll his next death saving
Why
throw.
would you do, like, why would you ragdoll him?
Just
As that is a
Oh my
6.
god, Dan, you killed him.
He's currently 2 and 0
Dan,
on death
help
saving
him up.
throws. So he is.
well, I did.
I'll
As
run.
Prot,
I'll come down, and I
Dan,
see
Dan, do you
Smebulus.
Wait.
His head's bleeding. From
Give me
hitting
one
the
s-
table.
give me 1 second? Dan, do you know how death saving throws works?
Kind of
Okay, no, you don't.
enough to where you roll and
When
then-
somebody is, so he's going to keep rolling until somebody does a medicine check with a DC 15 and brings him to stabilized, or somebody heals him. Those
You're
are
the
only
paladin,
2 things
dude.
that would bring him up.
Don't you have something to heal?
Nah, I don't have something to heal.
Don't paladins have? Yeah,
You do.
yeah. I was about to say.
You have lay on
Yeah, I was
hands.
about to say, like,
You have lay on hands is something that could heal
I
somebody.
don't have.
dude,
I thought I did, but I don't.
help
Dan, look at actions.
Oh,
You definitely
paladin.
do.
if he doesn't have lay hands. Are you kidding me? What in the DPS?
Oh wait, no, you're.
What in the right-sided neutral? That's so right-sided of him. To not have lay hands.
Yeah, you have lay on hands. It's in
I don't see
all. You have a 30-point pool. Yes, you do, Dan. I'm looking at your character sheet right now.
Oh, this guy.
I have your character pulled up currently.
Where? I
I
also have my character. pulled up.
You have
Channel Divinity.
yes, but I'm looking at it correctly.
True, turn on holy. Turn on holy. Unarmed strike.
So go into
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Go into all.
Yeah.
Scroll down. Channel to divinity. Sacred weapon. Turn unholy. Right.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's mine.
Divine sense. Divine sense, not divine smite. Extra attack.
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
Lay on hands pool.
ah shit.
Dan, we need to get an interpreter for you.
As an action, you can touch a creature to restore any number of healing. I want to see what Prot does before I heal him.
What? Oh my
Gotcha.
God, Dan.
Gotcha. As what currently just happened is Dan skipped his turn to be able to heal him. As we're gonna go over to Prot. Prot, what would you like to do?
Well, Dan just plopped him on the table, and
Mm-hmm.
I see that he's knocked out. And like at first
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Schmebulus, you gotta stop coming to the bar. You get drunk every day and you pass out every single night. And then as I get closer, I see that his head's bleeding because he's hit the table as he fell down.
Well, it was a
And
nice.
he's,
It was a
like,
nice
actively
gentle.
dying.
It was a nice gentle on the table.
What race?
Dan?
What race
Dan?
is Schmebulus?
Wait 1 second. Dan, I am the DM, okay? It was not gentle. Because he got another death saving throw because of it. But what? What did you ask, Prot?
What race is Schmebulus?
He is a
I was
goblin.
about to say, he has to
meaning
be a
that
goblin.
He's a goblin. Now, he's a little bit taller for a goblin. He's around 5 foot tall as a goblin, which is a little bit bigger for a goblin. Yeah.
All right. So,
You speak
I
good
want
common for a
to-
goblin.
oh man, Hold on. Just give me a quick second. I'm just.
I would like to
course.
talk more about my power test while this is happening.
Gotcha. On 0-2 currently. We're gonna swap over to JJ. As what do you want to say to Cassandra?
Yo, like, does that happen a lot?
Actually, wait. That's an 8. She does not see currently that he is bleeding out.
Well, I'm gonna point to
what do you
her.
mean?
I'm gonna
Does that
like
happen a
point it
lot?
at her. Like she don't really like Smobulus, so like I trust that she won't leave me. So like I'm like, yo, like Smobulus kind of.
You're pointing out.
I'm like, hey, like I know you didn't just see, but like Smobulus kind of just passed out. But those two over there are helping him out. It looks like, so you don't have to worry.
I'm gonna take this as, first of all, do you know that he's passed out, or do you know that he's almost dying?
I know that he's passed out, not that he's almost dying. I saw him pass out, and then I walked away.
Okay.
Thinking that was that, and then I saw him plopped up. So I probably think that like he's okay. I saw him plopped up. I didn't see.
I'm gonna give her an insight check. Do you want to give her advantage on this, or do you want to?
Honestly,
is this you trying to give her the help action almost?
Yeah. I'll help her out.
Okay. So she is going to roll a d20 twice then.
Yeah.
Is what that means.
Well, I don't roll. Perfect.
You do not. You do not roll.
I'll help.
Or it's an insight check on her. She is very insightful. She has a +6 to this, and she needs to beat a DC 15.
Nice.
So that is an 18, 24. She looks over and she sees blood pouring from his head. As she will have an action after Caden, depending on what he wants to do. As you see her immediately rush over to Schmebulus, even if she doesn't like him, this is still a somewhat paying
It's a good thing I pointed it out
often.
then. I don't care enough to go help him out, but somebody did.
Yes. As Caden, we're gonna go back over to you. Prot, what do you want to do in this situation?
Can I like cast haste on Schmebulus?
Do you think that would take him off of a death saving throw, or what?
Well, I think it would increase his vitals. It would make him quicker to heal the wound. Maybe he can.
Wait.
Maybe I can have advantage on the medicine check or something. But
Let me look up exactly what haste in 5e does, because I am gonna go rules as written. Unfortunately.
Gideon, I have a question.
Yeah.
How does getting the new rank work? Like, do I get a new card?
Yes, you will. You will get a.
Can I go
brand
steal
new
one
card
while this is all happening?
from a different person?
Oh no! Like, can I just go make my own in the back room?
Do you want to try sneaking out to make one?
Where do they make them?
You could roll a perception check. To see
I
if you can
I
kinda
would
figure
love
that
to.
out.
Perception?
Cool. Make a perception check. Yes.
Okay, I only have a +2. I'm rolling with the dice that you got me. Oh, 21, baby.
A 21. You definitely can find that the back room is in there. Now I'm gonna take another stealth check to see if you could get in there unnoticed.
Stealth. Yeah, just a +8, no advantage. 16 + 8, 24.
You believe that nobody saw you. Yeah, you believe that nobody saw you. So if you want to dip into that room,
I'm gonna go dip in there. Oh.
Gotcha, 100%. As you dip in there, we're gonna cut back. Prot, what are you doing in this situation?
I'll just try and heal him, I guess.
Gotcha. Are you what healing are you going for?
I mean, a medicine check, I guess.
Gotcha. Go for the medicine check. What'd you get?
What is happening?
The 3.
Okay. Now, was that a nat 1?
No, it was a 2.
Okay. That does not mean he immediately dies. That does mean that you rolled below a 5, so he is going to take another death saving throw before Cassandra
Wait, doesn't
gets over.
Dan still have an action
Isn't
or
he at
no?
3?
Dan foregoed his action this turn to see what Prot would do. As I'm going to roll this, and this is going to be a dramatized roll, meaning that he is going to take the closer
Oh
one.
my,
out of 1
no.
to 20.
Hey.
Can I? Oh, I can't help. I'm already gone.
Fabulous.
And the first one. I'm not going to say what that one is, but I am going to roll the second one. As that is a 2 on the second one. And a natural 20.
Oh my god!
And
Oh my god!
Holy
Wow!
on a natural 20, you see he immediately jolts his head back up, and he goes, holy moly, my sinuses are fixed. Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh, walls. Walls stop moving.
Oh,
as
I don't
well.
even know all this is
Okay,
happening.
I don't think I've been sober in a minute. As Cassandra runs up to him, Prot, you're already there, and Cassandra goes, "Oh wait, are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm 100%." And she cuts him off immediately, and she goes, "Wait, I thought you're supposed to sound stupid and dumb and kind of sound unattractive." And he goes, "No, I think I was, I'm gonna go home. I've been here for way too long." As he gets up and walks
It's
out.
been like 4 years. Like,
It's been 4 years? Oh, I better go talk to my goblin wife and kids. As he walks out of the bar.
Oh my god.
As Prot, what do you do as that scene finishes up as he walks
I
out?
turned to Lucius, and I'm like, what happened?
He stuck his fingers in my face, and then I took off my mask, and before I even took off my mask, he fell over and just passed out. And so I was like, I'll just help you out, pick you up, buddy. And I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with him. He seems fine now. Worked out.
You know
What'd you
what?
do?
Like blood. Do you know what blood is?
I mean, yes, I mean, I know that physical beings have blood, but, I mean, it's not, I mean, it is what it is.
It's
Just
not
suck
that
it up.
important.
Yeah, just suck it up.
Right.
You know, you
Okay.
live, you
As-
die, you have,
Well,
As
I
Dan,
go into this
what
whole
you hear
metaphorical,
inside
like,
and no, what you hear inside of your head is you go, "Yeah, man, that was kind of messed up if I'm being honest. You kind of just like almost let that dude die."
well, I didn't know he was dying. I didn't know he was dying at all.
Oh my god, is he already gonna break his oath?
As you hear your god go, "Hey man, you know I'm pretty chill about this stuff, but you're gonna want to be very careful about that stuff, man. You're sworn to neutrality. You shouldn't go around scaring the crap out of people.
I didn't realize.
If you want to get promoted to general, you gotta make a name for yourself, but you gotta do it in a neutral way. You can't be going around freaking the crap out of innocent people."
I didn't realize that's what I was doing. And I'm sorry. That's not what I was going for. The search, I mean, is this what you were talking about? Testing me? Seeing where I go and to figure out what balance truly is. All right.
You have to find your own answers, man. You don't know what the test is, and I don't think you need to. But just know that you're here for me to see what you're made of. And currently, I don't think I like what it is. As that's the last thing you hear from the god as you are back talking to the front.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, well, that was the first time I've ever seen Schmebulus sober. I mean, you almost gifted him life because he's been stuck in this bar as like a prison for years. So, I mean, maybe it was like a gift, something that we never, I don't know, but
it worked out
like,
perfect. You were there.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything. Man, whatever. I mean, if Schmebulus dies, Schmebulus dies, but I hope I see him again.
Oh, I also would like to see him again. I'm glad that he's better.
As we're gonna cut from that scene over there, right over to Zhao Ming. Zhao Ming, you see the magical imprinting that they have in the back. You could take a picture of yourself. You could put whatever rank you want on there. What rank and what picture do you want to put on there? Is it a picture of you? Do you want to put your actual information? What are you thinking about putting on this card?
I will make the picture a picture of me with the cloak on.
Gotcha.
Wait, what is, what is adventure guild, like the requirements for the picture? Like, there has to be requirements like that they check for.
There is. You wouldn't know what they are.
I will.
So you wouldn't know if your full face has to be visible. You wouldn't know if that would throw up red flags if your full face wasn't.
Oh, okay. I feel like Zhao Ming being Zhao Ming, he would take it with probably without the coat. I feel like without the cloak.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As I'm gonna roll a flat luck check real quick.
What's that, man?
That's a 3. As you don't fully need to know what that luck check is, but that was a 3 roll. So, yeah, you take off the cloak. You take a picture. What rank? What name do you want to put on there as well?
I will put. Ooh. I'll put Cletus. Upbringer.
Cletus Upbringer. Got it.
And rank will be. I think we go with C. I think Zhao Ming's gonna.
Got it.
He's sneaky. He's tactical. He could pull it off.
Yep. As you see the picture, the ID comes out magically. And do you want to take a look at it before you pocket it, or do you just want to pocket it?
I want to take a look at it.
Okay. Gotcha. You take a look at it, and as you see the picture of yourself start to change and morph, as you start to see a pair of red slitted eyes emerge on the picture of yourself, what's your reaction to seeing this as it's happening?
Get out of my head.
It seems like you're thinking when I'm in your head, when maybe this is just reality at this point.
That's not who I am.
I mean, you think that's not who you are. what happened in that room upstairs then?
That was you. That was you through me. That's, like I said, that's not me.
It's not who you
Do
were.
I feel presence?
Not yet, no. It's not who you were, but it's who you are. And until you accept that, you'll never know what to do.
I want to throw my card on the ground real quick.
Gotcha. You throw the card on the floor, and as you see emerging from the card is a figure that starts to out of a crimson red. A crimson red figure emerges out of the card, taking on the form of yourself, except the tattoos are now black, and the body is now red. As the figure looks at you with its crimson slitted eyes, and it says, "So I get it. You don't like who I am, goddess of lies. You're a person who's extremely truthful all the time, like you didn't come in here with a cloak and lie to all these fine people."
That's not me. That's not me. That's not me.
Hey, buddy. As she puts her hand on your shoulder, she goes, "Hey, calm down. I didn't bring you here." And you feel a hand on your
Why
shoulder.
do I feel you?
What do you mean, why do you feel me? Do you think you just came back to life because you were so strong and powerful?
No, that's why I'm trying to understand more about why I'm here. But I can't get out of this town.
Well, I'll tell you the way out of this town. All you gotta do is listen to me. And trust me.
Trusting you is out of the question. Listening, though, I have 2 ears.
I wish I brought you back with a third one. Maybe you'd listen a little bit better then. Anyways, so, you don't need to know why I brought you back, but you do need to do what I say, because I could take you out of this world just as quickly as I brought you in. I would suggest listening to what I have to say. There's 2 other people in that room right now, and currently, if they feel what I have done to you, they're going to be very upset for some reason. Stupid Solus and Raynar. But I could hide that magical presence that I gave you. It would just be you, the tattoos would disappear, or I could bestow you a power that would make it to where you're able to control them. You would just have to listen to what I say from now on.
What do you mean, control them?
There's a lot of things you could do with the power that I bestow on you. You'd figure it out in due time, but obviously, it sounds like you don't trust me. You'll just listen to me. So what I'll say is I could give you an immense amount of power. All you have to do is listen to me.
Just listen.
Just listen.
I'll just listen.
There's a winged man outside, and there's a robot outside. Currently, they are both under the control and protection of other gods. I want you to subtly change that. And I want you to join a party with them.
Why those 2?
If I told you, would you trust me?
If I told you, I'd be maybe more inclined. We gotta work together. Gotta build that trust.
Building trust. Something that I've never had to do with a subordinate. What has my power come to? Anyways. I could go all into it and make it to where I could tell you every single little bit. Or I could just tell you that that is the best course of option for you. Because I don't need to explain myself to a mortal. Especially one that I allowed to come back to life. So what is your decision?
First off, I have a statement. Am I really immortal anymore if I've been alive twice? Wouldn't that make me a reincarnate? I'm in my own division, as I have been my whole life. Who else has your powers?
The powers of me?
Powers that you so want to bestow upon me have been to others, correct?
The powers that I'm giving you have been held by me, and I am bestowing them onto you. There is only one set of these powers. How many people I have given powers? There's many a warlock that worship me. Now that doesn't mean that I'm giving you the same power that I give them. I bestow them spells and incantations to do my bidding and my work. That doesn't mean that I'm giving them the same thing that you are. Because you are special.
I'll party with those two. Under your guidance.
Got it. Just don't freak out the next time you see these eyes. As you see, she starts to de-emerge back into the adventuring card. As that happens, you finally awaken as you see Cassandra shaking you as you are curled up on the floor as she goes, "Hey, why are you in here?"
I don't know, with all the sudden noise, I have a strange condition where when there's 30, how many people are in the building? DM?
Probably
when
about
there's
30. Yeah.
when there's 30 or more
one.
people in one room, I get a little lightheaded and I sometimes faint. Sometimes. It was just that unlucky time. As the card, I tuck it all the way into my robe.
Gotcha. Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's crazy.
Which counters out your advantage. Roll straight.
It's what? Perception? No.
Deception. I
Deception,
believe
yeah,
that's one of the
advantage.
skills you have advantage
Yeah,
on,
so
correct?
just once.
So you roll just roll
Yeah.
1d20.
Die. All right. 13.
She had a 7 plus 2, which is 9. As she doesn't see you slip the card into your
And
pocket. And she also believes
So she
what
thinks
you
I'm a
said.
piss baby and that I just pass out. Dude. Dude,
Yes, both of
I'm a-
those two things. Both of those two things. Yes, she believes both of those two things simultaneously. She believes both of those two things simultaneously. As she looks at you and she goes, "Oh, you poor thing. We could do the power test real quick. Are you still thinking about partying up with people? What's your goal?
I think I'm just gonna go, get some fresh air, passing out real quick. I think I'm just gonna go wait outside. Don't wait on me though, continue on with your day. As I'm gonna walk
Gotcha,
out that room,
100%.
a little bit quicker than her, just to get a few steps ahead, as I'm going to walk over to
Gotcha.
Prot and just tap him, and I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna walk out the front door.
As you see, so Caden, what fully happened is that Zhao just kind of tapped you on the shoulder and then walked out.
Cletus.
So what are you?
Cletus. Nobody knows I'm Zhao. Literally
That is
nobody
valid.
knows.
That is valid. The random man who was wearing a trench coat, or who was wearing a cloak, went up, tapped you on the shoulder, and then walked out of the bar.
Yeah, it's very strange, but this is the same guy who talked to Schmebulus. Maybe he knows. Maybe he gave Schmebulus some horrible drugs, and that's why he fell down. I'll go
Accusing me.
what's going on.
Accusation.
Well, I mean, he's a strange man who talked to Schmebulus.
No, I get it, I get
Schmebulus
it.
passed out at the bar. He woke up sober. This is the first time he's done
It's
that.
a
in
race
years.
thing,
There's
isn't
no
it?
way. It's something happened. So I gotta go see what he wants.
Gotcha, 100%. You go walk over there and walk outside as you see a man that you do not know the name of currently outside. And then
Hey,
Dan,
Cletus.
before this happened, sorry, can you roll a perception check for me?
Me or him?
Dan.
Perception.
Yeah. Yep.
7.
A 7.
Yes.
You notice that he is out of the bar, but you do not see exactly where he goes. As you see, Prot and the man who was wearing the cloak has left the bar. As you guys are outside, what do you guys say to each other? Not Dan, but Prot and
Can I
Cletus.
send my logo?
I'm going to reach out. I'm going
no,
to
you do
reach
not
out my
see it.
left hand. My left hand.
Mhm.
To shake Prot's hand and be like, hello. Earlier I introduced myself, but I'm reintroducing myself. My name's Cletus Upbringer. What's your name?
Oh, well, hi, Cletus Upbringer. My name is Prot. Surname is like the Echo or whatever. It's like I mimic my master or whatever. For the first like year or whatever, I was learning how to move and function by just watching her. But yeah, so Prot the Echo. You can just call me Prot if you want.
We'll probably hear many I'll probably hear many a story, because my next question involves you joining me. I can't really tell you why, which might be discouraging, but to the curious mind, it could be exciting. I've got to get out of this town. I need to answer some questions and
danger?
no.
here?
I wouldn't say danger. I would say I'm never really in danger.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just never in danger.
Okay. So, but I think, like, I would say you're in danger if an arrow was, like, flying at you.
Why would an arrow be flying at me?
I don't know.
Is that a
Are
threat?
you an adventurer? I don't use arrows.
That makes
Actually, that
sense.
is a lie. I have a crossbow. I have a crossbow. So
I want to detect if he's lying.
Gotcha. 100%.
I want to find
I'll
out.
give you. I'll say that Prot gave you the
no,
help
I was
action.
saying I have a crossbow.
I would like to use
Out loud.
use
16.
decisive ability.
DC 2. Yes, you know he's lying because he just told you.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna shoot you with a crossbow. I don't know why you would think that. Oh, do you just think people are out to get you?
No. I don't. Listen, you jumped to a conclusion that came genuinely out of nowhere. I'm not in danger. I don't know why an arrow would be coming at me. Yeah. I know you're just worried. As I said, you know,
I
it
mean,
could
you
be
are
worrying.
a 6 foot something burly looking man.
That's
Are you even a man?
yeah, I'm a man. I am a man.
Deception.
Or what are
Deception
you?
check. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
What are
you
you?
are a hulking man. Yeah, can I? Well, is that I? It's not really. I don't know if I would read it. So, what am I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you a boy?
I do my work. What do you mean? Am I a boy?
D-
I'm not a boy. I'm not a girl. I'm just here to help people. You know.
Do you
Like
crave?
Crave what? Like, I hear people crave like some noodles with like some cheese on it and stuff. Like, but like I don't crave. I mean, I crave to help, I guess.
You crave to help.
What do you crave?
I crave answers that are not found here.
I think, me and you, maybe we're not so dissimilar.
I don't think we are. I think
Because, I've been looking for answers too, and my master, I don't know why, but she just told me that, like, she built me to explore the world, that there's people that need help, and who are those people,
so.
I gotta
So
find
we're
out-
on the
find
same
that out.
page.
Well, I guess if you're leaving town, then we are.
All right. So here's the next part of my plan. You're friends with the winged one, right?
I met him like 20 minutes ago, and he beat up one of my
I'm pretty sure it was like
drunk bar friends.
Pretty sure it was like
It might
5
have been
hours
an
ago. I'm pretty sure it was like 5 hours ago.
hours?
Like
That was
The
like
sun went
maybe
down.
at the most that was like 40 minutes ago.
the sun went down. I was at 40 minutes.
The sun goes down fast.
What's it called?
We're in the middle of a hill, so the sun gets
Will-
covered really quick.
Will you obtain his willingness to join us as well?
But he sought me, so he came into my cabin, saw me just laid out on a table. Maybe it's revealing, but I don't think so. But and then he I don't know why he came to me, but he felt like something was calling him.
Make him come to you again. And then
I will try.
and then I say we get out of town. We set off on a quest.
I mean, I sounds good. I understand why you would want the angel looking.
Yeah.
The rest of them in there just look like drunks
Also,
or-
I'll tell you this: go get C rank licenses. I'll be waiting outside.
you have gold or like
I'm dead broke.
something. Are you gonna do something about it? Like, do you want to come and get the licenses yourself, or
No, you
try and
go
get
get.
the angel guy while
I
get
have
the
my
licenses?
I have my license. You go get the angel guy, and you guys both got to get your license. I gotta. I'm
What's your name again?
Cletus Upringer.
Cletus Upringer. When did you come to town?
Deception check.
Oh no way! Do we have to do
And-
this every time? Do we have to do this?
And question, one second, JJ, you will not be rolling with advantage.
Why?
What you will be doing instead is an emphasized roll.
Dude, this is crazy.
And
This is crazy.
this will set the precedent on what your DC is to tell the Cletus lie for the rest of the campaign.
The Cletus lie.
The Cletus lie.
Natty. I get 2 rolls, right?
You get 2 rolls, and you take the closest one to 1 or 20. You add your deception as well.
Okay.
The both rolls, he adds deception.
Okay.
Tell me which one was closer to 1 or 20.
So I rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
That with a bonus.
Plus 1, would that make it 4 or
That would make
2?
it 4. Make it
I
4.
rolled a 17, which makes it an
And-
18,
18.
Which is closer to 20.
which is closer to 20.
Yes. So
Wow.
without how we would tell which one it is, you said it was a 17 and a 3.
4.
No, it was
Well,
a 3.
The raw
The straight
roll.
rolls.
The raw
The
adding-
raw was 317.
So 17 and 3 is the 2 rolls. You pick before the modifier the closer one to 20. 3 is 1, 2 away.
Closer.
17 is 1, 2, 3 away. Meaning that from now on, you have a deception of 4 for the Cletus lie. As we see that go off, you see Prat's eyes turn red, crimson red. As you see Prat, you currently are not able to talk during this. You see Arasil say, "You know, as someone who's my follower, you're not too good at telling lies, are you?"
Wasn't part of the powers you gave me.
They can be.
I was never a liar. It's like every other word I say now is a lie.
Mm-hmm. So do you at least want to be good at it?
Feel like I have to be.
Well, all you gotta do is say yes.
To listening to listening to your commands instead of just listening to you.
Is that what you believe I'm saying?
I would like to roll insight. Like I wanna see.
Roll
I
an
want to see
insight
what
check.
I want to see if I believe her. Right
I
now.
getcha.
This is
Roll an insight check real quick, and this will not tell you if she is lying or not. This will tell you more information before you roll it.
this will tell me if I would leave her. That's all I want to know. So plus
Just 1 second. Roll the insight check.
19.
You tell that she is extremely good at lying. So if you want to roll this insight check, you are more than willing to, or more than welcome to. I want to say right now, on a 19, you don't know exactly what you have to roll, but you know that it's going to have to be pretty dang high to tell.
It's like goddess level. Crap. Is there anything I could do?
You're going against a god.
I'm speaking to her in pure and perfect celestial, by the way. It's one of my languages.
Speaking to her through me.
Perfect celestial. Crap. I feel like I feel like I would. She's so good at lying that I feel like. No, my mind's not broken yet. I don't believe you yet. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, you haven't done enough to earn my trust yet.
So you'd rather him know your true name?
I'd rather you prove your powers.
There's only one way to know what my powers are.
Who says I have to know if you can just solve it? I don't have to know. Just solve the issue.
I don't think you fully understand what position you're in as you see the eyes start to get bolder. She says to you, "You are not alive, and you are not dead. I brought you from a pit of revenge. I allowed you to get what you wanted from this world. And you've not treated me well once. You're making me regret my decision. Is this truly what you want to go down?"
Is anything happening with my tattoo? Am I feeling any different?
Your tattoos are a lot more contained now, which is what she promised to you. That your power would be more relegated and more controllable.
She came through on her first promise. I want to be good at lying.
Gotcha. You now have a plus 11 to deception checks.
Holy shit.
And you re-roll this emphasized roll.
Oh my god! Holy plus. Wait, plus 11?
Before you roll this, she looks at you and she goes, "It's very simple what I want, and I'll give it to you this one time. But just remember exactly who I am and exactly what I can do. Just
We'll
know
see
your
each other
place
soon."
compared to the gods." As you see the eyes dissipate, and Prot is back there. How that
I
fully
didn't pass
worked,
out this
Prot,
time?
You didn't pass out. You were there, and then you were not.
It's plus 11 to perception, right?
Deception.
Deception. Okay, thank you. Deception. All right. Wow. Okay, so I re-roll.
You re-roll, and you add a plus 11 to it now.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, and
A 2.
okay. So what that means is the 2 is closer. That means
Oh
you go
my
all the way
God.
up. What was your deception before?
It was plus 1.
Gotcha. So that means it would go up to 14. 14
Yeah.
is now the check for Cletus.
It's not bad.
Yep. So now when somebody wants to make an insight check on you, the DC is going to be 14 to tell if the Cletus
Can I ever change it?
is a lie.
Or like fight against it?
It depends what you want to give up.
Okay. Oh! Did she just like whisper that like I thought about it and it like instant. God, she's so good. She's so good at lying. She's got me wrapped.
Prot, you guys are currently in there. He just said that his name is Cletus. If you wanted to roll an insight check, if you didn't believe him, that makes sense. But we have the DC check or set, and he just asked you to convince Lucius to be in your party.
I was asking, how long have you been here?
How long have I been awake? I've been awake.
It's probably been a month now.
And that, but I've only been here for like 4 days, right?
Yeah, it's been maybe like 2 or 3.
I'll be honest. I've been here like 3 days tops. Got in town, a couple days ago. Checked into the golden corral.
Sounds good. Well, the Griffins take anyone these days, especially.
Well, I take
Well,
mighty
I'll go-
offense. You need to watch the way you talk. Need to pick up on
I don't think I will.
common
I
manners.
go inside I say, I don't think I will. And I go inside, and I go find Lucius.
As I pick up a rock and
Lucius.
chuck it through the window.
I'm gonna say no. Prat walks
Fireball!
into the Golden Griffins, and you walk up to Lucius. What do you want to say to him?
Hey, was your name Lucius?
Oh wait, hold on. What'd you say?
Was your name Lucius?
Yes.
All right. And why did you come find me? Like, what brought you to Kishlin's
It was
hut?
the first thing that I saw. It was fate. I felt drawn to the
Right.
hut. Can't explain it.
And in the hut, when Kishlin's package arrived, you guys both perked up. What was that about? What were you feeling from
You know,
the energy that's been put in me?
it's really hard to explain, because it's foreign to me. But I felt really drawn to it for some reason. And, I'm still figuring that out. And seeing your master perk up was very interesting to me as well. Did you sense anything from it, like after you had that essence absorbed?
Honestly, so far I just feel lighter, swifter. I feel better, But no, I don't think I feel anything more magical just yet.
Well, I feel
So-
that, like, inside you.
Hmm.
There's a
Okay.
lot. There's a lot.
Well, if you felt something from that orb, then it was put in me, and you found that hut right away. It must be fate, like you were saying. And if you're drawn to the orb, and now it's stuck in me, then that must mean that you got to come along where I'm going.
Yeah. That's
Right.
something that you have to be careful with. But I am definitely coming with you.
Are you coming to protect me or to protect people from me?
I really just want to see where it goes. See how you use this power. See where you take it. I don't want anything to happen. And I want to make sure that everything's in order. And that you use your powers
Right.
correctly.
Well, like you said, it's in your nature to want to find the thing to convert the world into a neutral state. And being that your God sent you and you feel drawn, then you should probably come along with me. I'm going on an adventure with the guy who, I don't know, we drank with him earlier. That's about it, I think. But if you want to come along and you feel drawn to my power, I plan on helping people out there, and I hope that you don't feel threatened by me.
No, do not at all. And I would definitely like to tag along.
What are you bringing?
What am I bringing?
Yeah, what do you have?
I have these two massive swords. I just bring them. And one.
Unsheath
What's
them.
up?
In the
Wasn't
middle
one
of the
them a
bar.
two-handed blade.
Well,
Aren't they like
I'll-
6 foot
Are you in
blades?
the middle of the bar and you're just...
Aren't they
I'll
like a
say- I'll
6 foot?
say
It
this-
hits the roof
Yes.
as he unsheaths.
So what it is, Dan has a multi-attack, and what it is he can attack with a two-handed greatsword using one hand. He dual
Oh, shoot.
wields. He dual wields a two-handed greatsword.
That's nuts.
Mhm.
That is wild. Yeah, you look
So,
powerful. Holy.
Unsheathing him these, you see that any normal person, it would have taken them probably years of training to be able to hold one of these in two hands. He is holding two swords that weigh probably around 50 pounds each, like they are nothing.
That must be the angel strength or something in there. Those swords, don't they weigh a ton?
I just start flipping them around.
Showing off. Shoot, bro, Lucius. You know, you seem to be a very capable swordsman, and you have wings. So, if we need you to fly, you know, we can use you somehow. I'm sure you have some crazy angel, other dimensional powers that we don't know of. So, come along. We got Cletus. Cletus is outside, and we're gonna go find, I don't know, whatever town is. I'm just looking to leave. Kishlin told me that's what she wanted, and it's my duty.
Sounds good to me.
I think we go.
Gotcha, 100%. Do you guys want to all meet up with Cletus before you guys leave?
License.
Ah, shoot. Oh, hold on. Cletus asked me to grab some licenses for some type of adventuring thing.
Yeah.
Are you going up to Cassandra and asking?
Well, so yeah, I'm gonna go to Cassandra then.
Gotcha. Cassandra is just at the bar serving drinks. As she's kind of mumbling to herself, it's kind of crazy that Schmigulus isn't here. I've seen him here for the past seen him here for the past year and a half. This is a weird change. Oh, sorry, Prat, what's going on?
Hey, Cass, do you know how to get the adventurers cards?
Yeah.
Cause I was thinking me and that massive angel-looking dude who's dual-wielding 50-pound swords, we could probably use a few while we head out of town.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you going with the hooded figure, or does he need anyone?
Yeah, I think he thought about going by himself, but then he pulled me outside and talked about how he really wanted to go with me. So I thought,
Really?
maybe he needs someone to just help him or whatever.
Hey, on the DL, I think he sometimes pees his pants, and I also think sometimes he randomly passes out when there's more than 30 people in a room. So,
Hold on. Is that just if we're in a room? If we're in a hallway, if we're in an alley and there's 30 people, will he pass out?
I don't know. I didn't ask him any further because I felt like it would have been rude. I didn't fully. I don't know. I think maybe. Let's hope not.
Do you have those spare pants bags that have 5 pairs in each one?
Yeah,
Can
of
I
course.
borrow
I
one?
could. Yeah, of anything for you,
Alright.
Prod. 100%.
Yeah, sure. I'll need that. They're just super cheap brown trousers, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So anytime that he becomes a piss baby, I'll just give him one of those.
Gotcha. Of course. So all you have to do to get a adventuring card is you just have to I'll test your power, I'll give you your rank, I'll take your picture, and then all I have to do is register you in the system.
Oh, cool. How is that easy? How do you register?
I'll
Is that
register. I'll basically, so after I take the picture and everything like that, and I test your rank, I'll basically take a picture and put it in the system, and that'll go to every other guild to make sure that it's not just oh, somebody made a fake card or something like that,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds good. And do you know, are we gonna have to? Are we gonna? Should we go in together since we planned a party, or should we?
Yeah.
Just
Do you want to?
by
Do you want to?
ourselves?
Do you want to grab him or? Because I don't think he
Yeah.
has one currently.
So I can get the angel-looking guy,
Mhm.
and then the other guy, does he need to come in so that he could have like our party team name on the card, or?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you guys I'll probably would want to get like tested together.
Right? Yeah, but I think he already got his or something. He said he had a card.
Oh, maybe it was from a different one. He should be fine then. I didn't see him in the system, but yeah, he should be
Alright.
fine.
Okay, so I'll just go in with the angel guy.
Gotcha, 100%.
Cool.
As
Alright,
you
so-
guys walk outside. Currently, where is Cletus?
Cletus is outside. He found a dog actually.
Really?
There's just a dog outside, and he just went up to pet it. It was a chill dog.
That's valid. How far away would you say you're from the testing grounds?
Where are the testing grounds?
They are directly outside of the Golden Griffins.
I'm like right out. I'm literally to the side of the Golden Griffins. I'm like, there's a dog right
Gotcha.
outside.
100%. As they're walking by, she goes, "Yep. As soon as we get your power testing, we'll just register you guys, and then we'll send you guys right on your." Oh, hey. Sorry. What was your name again?
Oh, Cletus.
Cletus. Okay.
Is there
1
I
second.
know you mentioned. Okay.
That is a 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Cletus. That is a 2. Hey, Cletus. What's going on? So you said you're already registered?
I just had a few questions real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Some of the pops.
I had one too.
Oh, Would
Just hold on. You mentioned fake cards, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, is there a reward if I bring in fake cards, or like maybe like I don't know, is there something that I get, or is it just like punishment for the people that have the cards?
It's just a punishment for the person who has a card. They just basically not be able to. They basically just not be able to join the Golden Griffins.
Okay. Is that just your guild, or is the Golden Griffins the guild everywhere?
No, so
in
there's
each of the cities.
There's 2 main guilds. The Golden Griffins, obviously it doesn't seem like it based on ours, but we're on a town that kind of is on the rebuild, so our guild doesn't look the nicest. The Golden Griffins is the most esteemed adventuring guild in all of Eldrimore.
I think I'll get a
other
new
one-
adventuring card. This one's outdated.
Oh. Can I see that?
See what?
You said, sorry, my bad. You said that you had an adventuring card already?
Yeah, it was outdated. I threw it away.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to get a new one, that's fair.
Yeah, no, like,
Um,
can I join the testing? Like, is it too late?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
join the testing
I
if
would
you'd
like to join the testing with y'all. Sounds fun.
Cool. Gotcha, 100%. Then yeah, sorry, what were you saying, Prat? I think I cut you off.
Oh, I thought, was it just the question about the thing, the fake ID or whatever crap we were talking about?
I'm
yeah.
good.
Well, the Silver Sphinxes are another adventuring guild, and you know they're kind of bums, but
Ooh.
we don't talk about them.
Sphinx?
Yeah, Sphinxes.
Am I invited?
Well, that's so, and they're silver too. You know, silver's always second place.
Sounds
Yeah.
it sounds faded.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Maybe for fortune.
He said the name. He said the name. All right, roll 3d20.
Are you
3d20.
serious? Are you
No.
serious? Like, for what?
When you say the name, the authors come after you. The authors, the ones writing the story. But you guys go over to the testing grounds. So how this is fully going to work, I'm going to have you guys roll 3d20. I want you guys to take your what I'm basically going to do. Actually, wait. Ignore the 3d20. I want you guys to take your maximum attack that you could do. So whatever attack you could do that is the strongest attack that you're able to do. You guys are going to immediately roll a nat 20 on it, and then roll damage for it.
Where are my
Nat
attacks?
20.
Yes.
Crit.
Yes. So you guys immediately crit on an attack, and then I need to have your guys'
The
most
best
powerful attack. Yes, your best attack that you
Does
can
my
find.
can't.
Okay. So we're gonna roll maximum damage that you guys can from a singular attack. Dan, I believe yours is it's a sacred weapon and then 2 great axe melee weapons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so roll for damage real quick. And then how this fully works is increments of 10 is going to be what the ranks are. So it starts at E. We'll go 10 damage is E. 20 is going to be a F. 30 is going to be a D. 40 is a C. 50 is a B. 60 is a A. And then 70 is going to be an S ranked. This is on one attack. As sorcerers have a little bit of a different implication on them, but I will say that afterwards because it also implements what is done afterwards to them as well. So Dan,
All right.
what was the amount of damage that you did?
Wait, were we supposed to
48
wait? I already rolled.
So
Huh?
I did.
I rolled.
48 damage.
16d6.
48 damage from Dan, meaning that he got from so that starts all the way. I'm gonna say it starts at F because it's a minimum of 10. So 0 to 10 is going to be an E. He got. You said 47, Dan.
48.
48. So that makes 10 to 20, which would be a F to a D. A 30, which would be a C. 40, which would be a B. And you got right above the threshold of that, meaning you start off as an A rank adventurer. Caden, roll your 16d6.
It was one. You did it as 10 more the first time.
What do you mean?
You did it as 10 to 20 was E rank, and then 20 to 30 was F, and then you
Yes,
did
I
30 to
think-
40 was D.
Yes,
and
yes. A little bit of a retcon. I believe the 0 to 10 is going to be an E rank.
Okay,
And then a 10 to 20 is going to be an F rank.
and then
Um,
well, that
Fun question.
complicates some things.
A little bit.
so with my storm sorcery and Heart of the Storm,
Yep.
half of my level,
Mm-hmm.
half my sorcerer level, I get to deal to the enemy.
Mhm.
Is that doubled as well?
Yes, that would be doubled on top of it.
Okay, so that's 6.
Mm-hmm. So 16d6 plus 6. Or
Yes.
plus 12, I believe.
12.
Or is
No,
it half and
3.
then times 2? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So 6.
60.
60. As
So-
that immediately supplements you as an S rank adventurer. As we are going on to Zhao Mei.
Dang.
I'll show the math. I also got a 60.
60. As that implements you
Dang.
as an S rank adventurer as well.
That's pretty high.
As we see, what we fully see is Zhao Ming on this dummy. This dummy is a construct made specifically for testing magical power. So it has been reinforced by a many sum of wizards and sorcerers and things like that. We see that the first punch that you do caves it all the way inwards to where there is like a comedical, like Looney Tunes esque punch all the way through it as you immediately break it, which puts you at an S rank immediately. The next punch that you do uppercuts it, and all of these are in the span of around 3 seconds. So you throw 3 punches in around 3 seconds, which is insanely quick. You fully destroy the construct that was meant to test people's strength, so it should be indestructible. You uppercut it at the same time, and as that uppercut goes off, you do a back handspring to fully kick it into the stratosphere as the top part of the head is fully dismantled. As next up is Caden. Caden, you see that he, for a minute, this is one of the first time you've ever casted sorcery, but your trust in Kishlin just goes off as you harness this energy from this storm surge. I'm going to say that this is the first ever time that you hear the thing that was made from your construct. Your power source derives from Solus. You hear him say, not knowing who he is, obviously, you hear him say, "Do you trust me?"
Can you say that again? I want to make sure I'm not hearing things.
Of course. Do you trust me?
Whoa.
As time freezes around you. What's your
going on?
What's your reaction to the first time you've ever heard a voice inside your head?
Whose voice is that? Is it
It's gotta
soft?
be Kane.
welcoming?
It is
Is it
extremely
demanding?
It's extremely soft and welcoming. As you feel a bright light inside of you.
I feel like warm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel almost comfortable. Maybe like I've been put into a warm spotlight of a sense.
Do I sense that this is
But-
happening?
Put
Not
before,
currently, no.
put before a being who can speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
And all this after I meet an angel of myth and a very strange, very large man. But what do I know about Cletus?
You don't know much about him. But I'll say this. As you definitely have a shocked reaction.
I'm just running through thoughts. I'm just like, all this is fate. Just like, just like Lucius said, like we were brought here by fate. And in that thought process, and hearing a voice after I've been released from my previous master, I think I just accept it.
He says,
I'm like,
mm-hmm.
yes.
He said, sorry.
If you have what's planned for me, what's best, whatever guidance I may need, if I can help people under your rule, then yes, I can trust you.
He says to you, as somebody who heavily relies on the trust of his people, that means the world to me. You're going to be learning some things about yourself that you did not know. And accepting what is inside of you currently is the start of something great. But just remember that with greatness comes extreme darkness. O child of prophecy, you will accomplish great things, or cause many of lives to be lost. As time unwinds, as you see the first time that you have ever casted intense magic, you start to see this storm surge magic start to surge up outside of it as you see what does this fully look like, as this is the first time you've ever manifested magic, and I want to let you know this is extremely powerful magic.
So like my body, I like get in a position where I like channel what I feel to be plasma in the air, almost like something that I haven't felt before until I got this new power, and I've started to channel it now. And as I go to channel it, I can move more freely, whereas like previously I was very like rigid in like some movements. Now I can like just freely move and like grab all the plasma and like combine it all into a massive charge. And as it's coming together and the charge is coming out of the power is coming out of me as well, these sparks all spark off and like condense in a small lightning bolt as I hold it in like a little capsule. And I look at it and I'm like, this is the power of nature. It's like, just, this is life. And I just feel so like happy. I just feel like something purpose. I feel like I can control it. And as I control it and I wheel back, my arm surges with like blue strands of power. And I launch out, and with it comes out a sonic boom, and then like the lightning bolt shoots through and it would hit the dummy. And I mean, I can leave that description to you, but
Okay.
And launching it, I would feel just a massive like wave of maybe tiredness because it's like my first time using it or something like that.
I'll say this. As you throw it, you see like this storm surge energy of spirals circling around your arm that starts moving more freely. And as you throw it, you hear a as it goes from very, very large to extremely small, as you see it almost disappears before it hits the target, as this storm surge energy then expands extremely quickly, as it goes from the size of probably around 5 feet in diameter all the way down to a 1-inch spot, as it goes from 5 feet all the way down to 1, as it goes and it fully explodes, and it knocks off all the 3 dummies that are there, as immediately you see that it is probably a larger explosion than what you don't know currently Cletus made inside of his room. As all
so
of
it was massive.
It was ginormous.
Is there magical dust? Any presence of godlike substance?
Currently, none that you could tell.
Can I roll or no?
No.
Okay.
This magic has originated from Caden. You cannot tell that this is from anyone else besides him. As with both of you guys currently, I'll say this. These gods are hiding their presence from each other. And they know that each other are there.
And, I mean, I'm not able to see it either. I'm assuming I'm not able to see it either.
No. But we will move down on the line. As Dan.
My thoughts are racing in the background.
As Dan,
a lot just happened.
Exactly, quite a bit. As Dan, we're gonna move over to you. As you hear Raynar in your head. He goes, "Hey, these guys just kind of showed off quite a bit. You want me to give you a little bit of an extra boost to make sure you're up on their level?"
I would appreciate that. These guys are strong.
Gotcha. As now you could use a Divine Smite as a bonus action as well. Meaning that you could use a 2nd level spell slot if you'd like to be able to do, I believe it's an extra 2d8 damage.
2d8.
Let me fully see. Let me pull up your character sheet to see exactly what a Divine Smite looks like. Bonus action, Sanctuary,
When you
Legacy,
melee
Divine
2d8
Smite.
base.
It's a 2d8 base, and this is just, you could roll one of these on top of it. So it's going to be 4d8 plus an extra, not plus any extra. So it's going to be 48 damage on top of your 48 that you already rolled.
It would be nice to do the maximum amount of damage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You roll that 4 times?
4 times.
We see the gears turning.
13.
You only rolled it 3 times, Dan.
No, I rolled it 4.
He rolled it 4 times. Plus
He rolled
that
it
gets him to
twice.
61.
And he counted as 2.
That gets
I
him.
think.
That gets him to 61.
Okay. As you guys see that Dan raises up his sword. And with a... Dan, what does your Divine Smite look like?
My Divine Smite is kind of like the same glowing aura that I have. But it's a lot more lightning. And it's kind of like, Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
So it's like
100%. As you see, Dan holds out both of his swords across from his arms. As you see, he holds them up, crosses them together, and this divine light shines upon both of them. As he swings them across, he cleaves right through the entire dummy as it gets cut all the way clean through. As JJ and Caden, you guys hear simultaneously from your own gods, the neutralizer has appeared.
the neutralizer.
Roll initiative.
Roll it.
JJ, I'm gonna have one individual scene with both
Nat
of you guys
20.
real quick, okay? You don't have an initiative,
No, I
Dan.
know,
That's
I
how
know,
it
I was
works.
just shouting it out. Because if we
You
do-
guys.
He's got it.
So as you guys hear, he said, the gods say simultaneously, the neutralizer has appeared. What you hear from Erisil, no longer possessing anyone, but currently inside of your own head. The world stops, and a red tint comes across your vision. She looks at you and she says, this makes this a lot more difficult. Looks like all the gods probably have a hand on this party. Your job's going to be a lot more difficult.
This is
Just
the
know
job
that.
that you gave me. I feel like you have to help me out a little bit more then, to equal the skill of this quest.
So I bring you back from the life. I give you insane capabilities that you haven't even utilized yet. I allowed you to lie through your teeth, and now you want more?
Listen, I don't know what you've done to me. This is all you. I asked to gamble the other day. You resurrected me. I haven't gambled once in my whole life. Why do I want to gamble now? Now I'm persuading with a god to give me more? Did it work?
Seems like... What do you mean, did it work?
Deception. I'm trying to sympathize. I'm trying to get her to sympathize with me.
Okay. I will roll an insight based off of deception if you'd like me to.
I have a plus 11 and advantage.
I'll say this
He
right.
gave you the plus 11.
I'll
I
say
know.
this right now. JJ, this is extremely important. You do not have a plus 11.
No, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that.
You are
No! Oh my god.
currently...
Dude, I
She
hate
is-
this.
I know. She is inside of your head. She is listening to your thoughts. And she's the reason that you're able to lie. Roll a flat d20 with no deception added.
Oh, I want to go back. Is it too late? It's too late.
It's too late. Chess rules. Mister.
I gotta make it.
Wait, JJ. I want to say this right now. The only way that you could beat this is if she rolls a natural 1 and you roll a natural 20.
So no matter what, she's gonna.
If you do that roll,
It could happen.
that roll,
1 in 400
do
chance.
the roll that's
The
Just gotta do
the
it.
differential.
Nah,
What was it?
7.
The differential is going to be how severe the punishment is. You have a 7. If she rolls a 13 or
She's gonna
above,
kill me.
she's going to beat you by 5, and she is going to be extremely upset.
She gonna kill me.
It is a 9. As
Ain't
she
too
says
bad.
to you,
Ain't too bad.
as she says to you, not beating your DC by more than 30. She says to you, "You dare try using my own gifts against me. One of these days, you're going to realize exactly how powerful a god is. And honestly, I might make that day today." As we're going to cut away from that scene and go over to Solus. I'm going to speak to Prat now. Prat, you hear the neutralizer thing, and he says, "Hey, I know you just listened to me for the first time. I'd love to introduce myself, but I don't think we have time right now. I'd suggest getting ready extremely quickly, because I sense something very bad coming. And it's not from the paladin, and I don't even think it's from the warrior. I think it's something inside one of them. Be on guard."
What's my mission? Do you have me, like, what's my goal?
Have you ever heard of the prophecy of legacy?
I've read about it a few times. Not too much in my short life. I've hopped between books.
Yes. Do you know why this 3-year-long war started? Or 100-year-long war started, I apologize.
No. You should. I don't know. Are we a part of this 100-year-long war?
You specifically were a part of this 100-long-year war.
Me?
You used to
How
be...
so? What do you mean?
You used to be somebody very important. Until you got made again. One of my most devout followers. And it is amazing to see you again. You're of a prophecy that is very important, but I think you have to discover on yourself. I'll say right now, I've bestowed you the powers that you've had in a previous lifetime. You are extremely powerful, but in extreme danger. Watch out for the people you're with, and please stay with them. You said you trusted me. If you need me, call on me, and I will help. But I'll say right now, the more you trust these people, the closer we're going to get to what happened 100 years ago. And when you hear what happened 100 years ago, you'll know what I mean.
And do I know your name?
He presented himself as Soulless, which you know specifically as a god of light.
Yes.
Light and truth.
Well, Solus. And you say, should I care for them and not trust them? How can I do that? Like, if I care for them and they turn their back on me, or I feel like I have to trust them.
It's just like looking at a mirror. Young Darrowwind, as that is the first time you've ever heard that. He says, "Young Darrowwind, you've always been too trusting. But I think that's not the worst trait to have. I'll always be in your ear, Just be very careful.
Okay. Thank you, sir. What should I address you by?
Just call me Soul.
All right, Soul. Well, I'll give you a call if I need you.
I'm always here. As I'm going to cut back one more time, caught on. Be extremely careful around these guys. But I think I know what your calling is now. These two, have extreme powers. Powers of the gods. And I think the thing that I thought of you is 100% true. You're no longer fighting for position or power. You're fighting for fate itself. But unfortunately, I don't think you have much time to think it out. Because I feel something coming.
What do you feel is coming? I feel something too, but I don't know what it is.
It's already here.
I thought.
Just be very careful. As we're going to cut back over to JJ's scene. As the world is still fully frozen for all of you guys, talking to your respective gods or goddesses. The last thing that she said to you, JJ, was, I'm going to prove exactly what it means to defy me. As you see, no longer any of you guys frozen in time. The entire sky turns a pitch red. And as you hear in the background, a flapping of wings, big enough to be an entire town.
Is it a dragon?
As you guys start to see fire burning the forests around you.
Oh my god,
As
is
the
it
first
a dragon?
thing that you guys are ever going to be fighting. On session...
Kishlin! Master Kishlin!
At session 2, you see a massive scaled creature with beet red eyes, slitted, crimson, not alive and not dead.
Oh,
As JJ, the last thing you hear is a cackling from Arasil.
I screwed us.
As that's where we're going to
I
leave
screwed
off the first session of Session
Oh
B.
my God, I screwed us.
Ah! Bro.
We'll see you guys next week.